You going to monitor the super chats?
Yeah, check them out. I got it. Damn, Joe got how many? Joe, he said Joker got 25, 18, and 8.
Oh, Joker.
Mm-hmm. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Good.
I thought he was sitting in purpose.
Hey, you messed up your leg?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You stretching?
Mm-hmm. Now I do more than I quit.
Yeah. That's the thing. You gotta do it every fucking day.
Every morning.
Or dinner every day. At least 3-4 times a week.
No, I have not watched you Ozark. Yo, how we sound, y'all? Mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Mic check. I gotta go back and watch Ozark from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
You might as well stay
I
out
thought
there
about
now.
that too. Yeah, I've been trying to avoid that. Those little spoilers and stuff on the internet.
Quick to spoil shit.
Appreciate you, Josh.
Ooh, so the audio is fine. My audio is not plugged in. So y'all don't really.
Yours ain't either, Nick.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, shit.
Up here.
Nah, yeah, right here. That's yeah. Y'all must have heard Shelton. I just plugged it in. I don't know why. It probably came unplugged when I sat down. All right. So one more time. I should be on this time. Nick, one more time.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Mic check.
All right. Underwater. I think that was because the mic was off.
Does it still sound like that? Oh, okay.
All right. Cool. Appreciate y'all. Waiting on but we're not waiting on Feefo. Well, Feefo should be here soon. He said he was gonna be here at 9, but
9 Feefo time.
I guess so. But let's get into it, man. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in sports. I am your host, Kenneth B. Inge. Joining me on the show, we got Shelton J.
What's good, man? What's happening?
Nikki Duce.
AKA the Ram Ambassador. How you doing?
and Feefo. Feefo will be here.
The ghost of Feefo.
Yeah, the ghost of Feefo. That scene. I'm unsure if Manny will pull up. I am also sure. Okay, so Manny may come through, and Q may come through, but right now it's just us. So, yeah. So anyway, before we get into all that, man, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We are doing a video a day. I got a brand new video from Shelton that is about to go up, and yeah, that's it. So we got Manny on board. 12 cows in the videos.
Yes,
you get Nikki Duce's Bengal update.
Post Bengal.
Yeah,
press conference.
Press conference. so yeah, man. Yeah, you get Feefo telling you his sports life story.
Yeah.
Boy, Feefo treat that like a one-man show.
He did. Well, I thought Feefo was gonna lay down and just start talking some more.
Yeah, so yeah, man, y'all check all that out, man. Make sure you subscribe and share the show with everybody and stuff like that. Thursday, like I said, we're gonna be trying with one topic shows on Thursday. Try to keep those just with a singular focus. And there are discussions for a members-only show, a members-only call-in show as well. So we're working on all that. And then a way we can probably watch games with members too. So I got somebody working on that too as well. So that's it, man. Let's jump into the show. So we're not here all night.
We
You know
not.
when, hey, shit, you know when Manny and Q show up. Shit, hey,
That's an extra hour on the
man,
time
that's an
slot.
extra hour, bro.
They don't give a damn. It be sunny as hell outside. I be hating seeing this shit. Hate that West Coast shit. But yeah, man, breaking news. We actually on a day with breaking news. This is mostly obviously again we're in football mode right now, and plus there ain't really much shit going on in NBA except for one headline. But breaking news: Sean Payton has stepped down as the head coach for the New Orleans Saints. And I don't know how to feel about it because he looked happy as hell stepping down.
Because he got another job.
I ain't see no sadness in his face. He seemed like he was good, content. Yeah, my question to y'all is that do y'all think he's planning on retiring, or is this more of just like he's gonna end up elsewhere by the start of next season?
I think he already got the job.
Where's that at?
I think Dallas.
I
really do. I think something is, if not Dallas, one of those teams like that, with a loaded deck. And I don't know why I just feel like that. I just feel like that might be where he's
not
going.
New York.
I don't think New York. I don't think
with 2 first-round picks.
Even with 2 first-round picks, just that quarterback situation is shaky. I think he would want to go somewhere where he can say, "I can really make a difference by touching right here." And I think a place that, like Dallas. And I don't know if y'all saw, but Jerry Jones was really not happy with Mike McCarthy. He's saying he's tired of making the end of season adjustments. We need to be making adjustments in season. He was basically like throwing some shots. Like, and with him, where there's smoke, there's fire. So I look for
the owner,
but I thought Jerry don't really fire coaches like that.
He don't. He getting tired of everybody saying like, "Nigga, you guarantee a Super Bowl every year,
right?
And y'all can't even get out the first round, let alone the second round."
And I think this year spoke volumes because him, like yourself, had high expectations of this team.
Yeah,
and nobody was more disappointed than him.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
So I think that something has been brewing, but it had to be the right move for him to make, and I think this would be the great.
What about you, Ken? You think Sean Payton's done, or is he going somewhere else?
I think he took a look at Taysom Hill and was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." I think he might be done, man. Yeah, I think he might be done. I don't know where he could go. Like, is there like you're saying New York, and I guess you probably have a take on that. Dallas. The fact that they don't fire coaches give me some pause there, but it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
But I mean, my question is, if you're Sean Payton and you're looking at that roster, are you thinking the same thing? Or are you thinking that, oh, if I would have coached this team, I could have took this team to the Super Bowl? Because Dak is good. Dak can play. Dak ain't Drew Brees.
To me, that's the thing. That's why I'm expanding it outside of Dallas. And as we get Feefo coming up, we can get his thoughts on it. But to me, the obvious thing is Dallas. But Sean Payton, like Jacksonville, don't they still need a head coach? Obviously, I mentioned New York.
The Bears, too.
The Bears. Yeah, the Bears just hired a GM. They didn't hire a head coach yet. So to me, it's just like, does he want to have sustainability? Is he because he's still fairly young, right? For a head coach. Does he want sustainability, or does he want to win now? That's my only thing. If he wants to win now, obviously Dallas is the choice, and maybe Jerry Jones is already talking to him on the side. But for me, it's also like he could look at Trevor Lawrence and go, "Look, that's a fucking superstar, and if you put him under my tutelage, he can go far." Same thing with Justin Fields or whoever they could draft in New York if they decide to go quarterback. I just think that Dallas is too easy, and there's a lot of moving pieces, and it's a lot of pressure, and then you still got to deal with Jerry Jones. With Sean Payton, he ain't have to deal with that in New Orleans, so it just depends.
But I think Jerry Jones learned his lesson, and I think that's the reason why he came out this year and publicly apologized to Jimmy Johnson and how he kind of railroaded all of those Super Bowls, because now he's starting to see it's not just the talent. because before he wasn't necessarily picking the talent, he was paying the talent. Jimmy Johnson was picking and coaching. But then once Jerry Jones did not get the public recognition for any of it, he felt the type of way, rolled Jimmy Johnson out of here, and then they won one with Barry Switzer, and that was it. But it wasn't the same formula. And this year, I think the reason why he came out and said all of that was because talent-wise, the Cowboys are a top 5 roster, and they were ousted again in the first round. Again, in not arguably, but the weakest division in football. How, Sway? To a team that, for the most part, has been injury-riddled, from running back to quarterback, you know what I'm saying? All types of defensive players, and you get beat like that. You can't get beat like that. Not when your talent is that much more greater than the 49ers offensive talent. You can't lose a game like that.
Damn. So I'm kind of catching up on this story. So I didn't know he had 3 more years.
Who, Jimmy?
No, Sean Payton.
Oh, Sean Payton.
So Sean Payton has 3 more years. So he's under contract for New Orleans for 3 more years, and if he tries to coach, they're thinking, at least Adam Schefter is saying that
they'll trade him.
The Saints may want compensation for that.
They'll get it. They'll get it.
Yeah, of course they'll get it,
and it's worth it.
It's Sean Payton. Yes,
it's worth it.
Yes,
is it?
Hey,
yes. What is it?
Hey, you don't think that could kind of, I'm not gonna say supplant the Drew Brees? You don't think he has that level of talent?
No.
Y'all don't think with the right coach?
I don't think that's the conversation that needs to be had just yet. I think we still need to focus on Sean Payton. I think that's why Ken said that shady shit he just said. As far as is he? Because when was the last time the Saints went to the Super Bowl?
Okay, so are we solely grading Sean Payton on Super Bowls?
Or when was the last time the Saints?
Okay.
When was the last time the Saints had a deep playoff run?
A couple years ago.
Year before last. I mean, year before this one.
Against the
49ers.
What was the PI? How long ago was that?
That was 2015, wasn't it?
Hell no. No, it was no 2015. It was
There's
no
the Vikings game, right?
You talking about the Rams? The Rams PI?
Maybe
Rams. That was like 24.
No, it was just, it had to be at least no more than 3 or 4 seasons ago at max.
You remember, it was a couple of years ago. Remember, I think I started saying we need to look at Sean Payton. And everybody started copping excuses for him. Oh, well, you know.
Was Drew Brees not over the hill?
He was great teams and a great record, if I'm not mistaken. We can look that up.
And at the end of the day, at least the last 3 or 4 seasons, when it came to the end of the season, Drew Brees was just
he
would
fall off. His age would catch up. Same thing used to happen to Brady.
And just like but the difference though is that Drew Brees' arm, you saw it. He couldn't throw with any velocity past 30 plus yards. Tom Brady still can throw that thing out there. Not saying he's the same Tom Brady, but he's not with a water pistol out there.
He was last playoffs. He just got bailed up by the defense.
So it wasn't a water pistol.
So since 20. So this is what happened in the last almost 10 years now. So I'll start from 2013. 2013 is when they lost in the divisional as the 11-5 team. They didn't make the playoffs again until 2017, where they lost in the divisional.
You said 2018.
And in 2018, they lost in the conference. And I think that's the Rams. And then 2019, they lost in the wild card. And this past season, in 2020, was they lost in the divisional. So he hasn't been to the conference since 2018, which is about 4 years now.
That's not bad.
And he made the playoffs 2 years after that, but.
So at the end of the day, let me ask this. Obviously, over all of those coaching vacancies outside of Brian Flores, Sean Payton's better than all of them.
I agree with that.
What about if Eric Bieniemy gets,
But Eric Bieniemy has never been a head coach.
Is he better than all of them?
The current incumbent coach in Dallas, hell yeah.
He's better than Brian Flores?
He said
outside of Brian Flores.
My apologies.
That's the only one. But everybody else that got the boot, Sean Payton better than all of them. And then the current head coach right now, McCartney, Bro, come on.
I mean, he was
Come
winning.
on.
He was doing something a
He
lot
got
of
him.
people
He was
couldn't do.
12-5. He did the same thing that Sean Payton did the last couple seasons.
But they had the talent.
They had the talent, and he knows
Sean Payton has had talent too.
not that kind of talent.
Not at the quarterback position. Not in the last 3 years.
Look at all, even the skill position talent that they have around that team. They got a lot of talent in Dallas. They got that offensive line has always been talented.
So is the Saints.
Not
The Saints
don't
O-line.
act like
It's
the
up
Saints.
there. It's up
Don't
there.
act like the Saints.
It's very
I mean,
equal.
like
Saints got
but if you
Saints
look
got
at
a great defensive line. Cam Jordan is a star of that.
They got one defender.
they do.
They're on the defensive line.
They don't have receivers.
They don't.
Nah, they
that's-
got
that's
Michael
the
Thomas,
biggest
and
thing.
that's about it.
That's the biggest.
And he
thing.
quit on them this year.
Yep.
When Jameis got hurt.
100. So Michael Thomas, they got Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara better than Zeke now. You know what I'm saying? And
Consistently,
obviously,
yeah.
Is he?
Yes. Yes,
and
he
more
is.
and more
Alvin
versatile.
Kamara wasn't that good this year.
More versatile.
I
He
get
didn't have a quarterback.
He wasn't good this year, but
because Ken, here's the thing
Neither
with
did
Kamara.
Zeke.
Kamara's not a 1,1800 yard rusher up the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like Kamara's more
All-purpose.
1,100 yards rushing, 600 yards receiving. You know what I'm saying? He's a more
Versatile. I got you.
You know,
I'm cool with
but at the end of the day, look, let's be honest, man. Mike McCarthy mismanages football.
That's the biggest thing.
Sean Payton, we never question his clock management. When do we ever
Clock management and penalties, stuff like that. That's where
that's coaching.
McCarthy struggles.
That's coaching. Matt Nagy. Again, I still think he's a pretty decent coach. I'm not saying he's a great coach, but he got a raw deal with them taking your favorite quarterback, Mitch Trubisky. You know,
Didn't he want Trubisky?
Not really.
I don't know. I don't even.
I never know that
GM.
situation. I don't know if they drafted him before he got there.
No, they drafted him.
I thought it was like right after he got there.
Something like that. Either right after he got there or not before he got there. He was already there. But either way, I don't think that was necessarily his guy. I think he just bought into the whole shit.
Okay, so I know I don't think he's coaching next year, but the year after, Dak's going to be older. We don't know what that.
Young, though.
I know, but we don't know what that Dallas. I guess ultimately, what I'm saying is we don't know what that Dallas roster could look like.
100%. Here's the thing. In my opinion, if I'm Sean Payton, I'm not taking the Dallas gig. Why? Nick already mentioned a couple of things that are negative. It's an extreme pressure cooker. Why? Because you just had a Super Bowl winning coach before you if they get rid of Mike McCarthy. So guess what the expectation is for you year one? Super Bowl or bust, because that's where the Cowboys are. If I'm Sean Payton leaving that New Orleans situation, I don't necessarily want that level of pressure. And partly what you said, that gets older. All of these guys get older. Now they got young talent. CeeDee Lamb is young. Michael Parsons is young.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they still got a lot of old heads.
Contracts would be due around that time.
100%.
Yep.
I don't want to deal with that. If I'm Sean Payton, I don't necessarily want I'll take a rebuild with a franchise quarterback. Why? It's safer. If I don't win the first 2 years, they're not going to let me, Sean Payton, they're not going to let me go.
Especially if you go to Jacksonville.
Exactly.
They hoping for 5 wins.
Exactly. If you go to Jacksonville, you follow Urban Meyer, bro. Five wins the next 2. As long as Trevor Lawrence don't look like how he did right now, your job is safe. And think about this. You said that they already hired. No, that was Chicago that just hired a GM.
Yeah.
If I'm Sean Payton, and Sean Payton's one of the few coaches that I would say, hey, go pick the groceries, go cook this motherfucker, go prepare it, go do whatever the hell you need to do. Sean Payton's one of those type of guys. And you have arguably, they say the last 3 greatest or the last 4 greatest quarterbacks, right? Like the highest grades that they ever got. John Elway, Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, Trevor Lawrence. If I'm Sean Payton, I did all of this with Drew Brees. Bro, Drew Brees never had them legs. Drew Brees was never that height. Drew Brees never had that arm. Give me that guy. Watch what I could do with him.
Okay.
But I don't really think the pressure would bother him, though.
It's more. No. It's just more about like if he doesn't win a Super Bowl in 2 years, he's fired.
Job security. Exactly.
I don't think he care about that either. I think for him,
that's the case. Then stay in New Orleans.
I mean, but the name, and I think the Dallas pockets are deeper. So if Jerry wants him, the only issue that I would see is the fact that Jerry gonna have his nose in your business.
100.
And like you said, that's the problem.
That's the biggest issue.
For me, it wouldn't be the pressure. It wouldn't be stuff like that. For a coach of his stature, it would just be having your owner in your pocket, in your Kool-Aid. Like, let me do my thing. in world like that.
Postseason 9-8, 1 Super Bowl.
That's Sean Payton's record.
That's his
playoff
record.
record.
His overall record 152-89.
Damn good record. And then you
Depends
also
on who you're talking to.
Well, you also got to remember when he took over New Orleans was one of the laughing stocks of the NFL, and he's converted that organization to a prominent organization.
I think that's his legacy.
100%.
I don't think it's going to be this 9-8 record. The fact
No.
that you went to New Orleans and won a Super Bowl, that's like LeBron winning one in Cleveland.
100%. Bro, do y'all forget pre-Drew Brees, there was Aaron Brooks, Joe Horn. Them Saints was not respected like that.
So I'm just trying to catch up on history because 2016 years is a long time. I don't remember all that shit. So Payton and Brees arrived together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then won 10 games his first season. So I wanted to look this up because I'm like, well, did he ever have to deal with the rebuild situation? Which is what he's going through now. If you had Brees for 16 years and then you look around and you got
ain't trying to do all that no more.
Taysom Hill, yeah, I'm like, I'm good, bro.
Especially like I don't think he's opposed to a rebuild. I just think he's opposed to starting from fucking scratch.
Look, what was the whole aura of Sean Payton? He's a quarterback whisperer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So why the hell am I gonna start?
That was before he got to New Orleans?
No, when he got to, that was the legend that was created with him
because
and
of what he did, was able to do with Brees.
Yes, because nobody wanted Brees.
Yeah, Brees was a failure in San Diego.
Failure.
Yes.
He had, what was it? That shoulder
issue.
the right shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody thought Drew Brees was gonna be that. He took Drew Brees and went to the top and maintained. Look, Drew Brees is gonna go down as a top 10 passer all time. When we're talking about yards, touchdowns, stuff like that. Because, some of these young cats, Mahomes is going to catch them and pass them. The Bills, Josh Allen, if he stays on this, he's going to catch him and pass him. There's certain guys in the league right now that I think could catch and pass Drew Brees just because. Think about it. When Drew Brees was really balling, they wasn't throwing the ball like this. And these cats is fucking coming in year 1, year 2, year 3, fucking
Balling
4,000 or 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
30 touchdowns.
You think so, though? I be wondering if their lifespan is going to be shorter, though.
I don't think so.
I hope not.
You know why? They're taking less hits, and all of the rules are pro offense.
Correct.
So, Drew Brees played in that old shit. Don't you remember Bounty Gate? That was the same. They was taking niggas' heads off.
I know. I remember.
So Drew Brees played in a whole different era. To me, I think Sean Payton. I think the most important thing is who's the QB. And if it's an established, you're 100% right. I don't think he will run away from the Cowboys job. But is it as attractive as Jacksonville? It's a clean slate.
And I feel y'all on that. But if you think about a lot of players in their prime, what do? Like, if you're a player in your prime, you're chasing championships. You're not chasing rebuilds. So why wouldn't coaches think the same way? Why would a coach want to be a part of a rebuild?
Because it's hard to be picky and choosy as a coach like that.
Unless you're Sean Payton.
Yeah. So some have a more pull.
I mean, but outside of, we're assuming that, and we can move on after this, but outside of like Dallas, what situation is the championship ready to go? Who's just missing the head coach?
That's what I'm saying. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, as a head coach, if you that nigga, you got to be going. You have to prove it. You always got to prove it everywhere you go.
But I would think, just me personally, I would think that coaches are after the same thing that the players are. Like, give me as close to the championship as possible.
I think their championship is getting a QB. Like, as long as I got a guy, we always got a chance.
But at Sean Payton's level, wouldn't he be chasing the greats?
What is his level?
He's a top tier coach.
Question. No, he is.
He's a top what?
He's top tier coach.
He's chasing the Belichick's.
What is he ranked?
What would he rank?
Chasing the Belichick?
Is he a top 8?
It's gonna be tough to catch.
He only got one. Sean Payton's not better than Tomlin.
That's what I was gonna say. He ain't better than Tomlin.
I'll give you that. It's kind of like how Rodgers. Kind of like the Rodgers.
Yeah, they're on the same level.
Is Sean Payton right?
Sean Payton and Mike Tomlin?
Yeah, you want to say they're on the same level? Why not?
Hell no. First of all, he has 2 Super Bowls.
Okay,
he's been there 3 times.
Okay,
how many times have old boy went there?
Twice.
Okay, so and he's 1-1.
You said Mike Tomlin only got 1 Super Bowl.
I thought he got 2.
He went to 2.
No,
Big Ben got 2.
Yeah,
Big Ben
got 2.
Tom got 1, but he went twice.
Just like Sean Payton. To me, they're on the same level. They just do different things. Tomlin, in my opinion, is more of general manager of the roster. You know what I'm saying? Not saying the GM in terms of picking, but he can. It doesn't matter the type of turmoil y'all gonna play. Y'all gonna be ready to play.
Yeah, they're different styles.
They're different styles. You know what I'm saying? I think with Tomlin, he kind of allows the OC to do what he does and the quarterback to do what he does. I'm focused on the management and the type of plays. Is it a run or a pass? I don't give a fuck what you call, but let's call the right thing in the right situation.
Okay.
And more defense. Yeah. Sean Payton's all about that offense. So I agree to a degree, Shelton, but at the end of the day, especially, like, think about this. When Andy Reid left the Eagles, I think he took a year or two off. Then he went to Kansas City. Right? That was a rebuild. He took a quarterback that
No, that was not a rebuild. That wasn't a rebuild.
What did they have?
Alex Smith was there then.
Yeah, Alex Smith was there.
Yeah, I can't remember. Don't quote
Alex
me.
Smith was there, and he was winning with.
He was winning. No, he was winning with Alex Smith, but he was winning because it's Andy Reid with Alex Smith, not the other way around.
No. But he knew it was a situation that he could go and win. He didn't know the greatness to come.
No, 100%. But it was a rebuild. Look, I read an article on The Athletic about this some time ago. When he got there, the drafts that Andy Reid had is why you see what we see in Kansas City now. You know what I'm saying? So he went there not saying that it was like you're starting from ground zero, but you started at ground two. That's maybe three.
For me, rebuilds are it's hard to describe, but certain rebuilds are like a legit one, and other ones are just like
retool.
Retool.
So like the San Francisco 49ers, what they're doing right now, they're retooling what they want to do, which is why they gave up all that draft capital to go get a guy, even though they're in the NFC Championship game.
Correct.
That is what Andy Reid did with Kansas City. Yeah, I got Alex Smith.
Is it a little different now, though? And this is just a question, and I'm going to get some of these super chats. Is it different now than before? Like, we're in a microwave society where you ain't got time to develop. You don't have time to.
I don't. I used to not like it, but it makes sense now based off the demands of the.
Oh, Reid traded for Alex Smith.
Oh, he traded for him?
I don't look, y'all. I didn't comment on it, but I did. But I don't remember that NFL history like that.
These motherfuckers got their computers up right now, researching everything.
I don't be remembering all that shit.
I try to get to what I can get to, but I don't remember half that shit. Did you win in the last 3 years? I remember that shit. Anything after that is old as shit.
They're
10 years ago.
What they call them? Our research team or what?
Hey, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Statisticians.
Statisticians.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Igwe Ike. He just joined the Access.
Yes, sir.
Club Access. Ken, tell them about the Access for the ones in the chat that don't know.
That's the YouTube membership that we rolled out last year, and we're working on a few things for you guys, but it's just a way to support the show, to keep us going, and to try and experiment with new things like 365 and a members only call-in show. That is one of the things that we're definitely working on this year. What up, brother Q?
Yo, you can hear me?
All right, we got you. I need my remote to the TV, but we can hear you.
Chief Miyagi said, I'm gonna get to all your super chats. I'm just doing this one because it was relevant. He said, Brian Flores is 24 and 25. No way is he better than Payton, a Super Bowl champ who been doing this for a while.
But Flores really took over a complete rebuild. And to even be close to 500 with that situation, hey, there's greater coaches that would do way less with that.
And I don't think it's that he's better. I just think that he's a hotter commodity at this point, and he has a chance to do some things. I'm not going to resume to resume don't stack up.
Situation is different.
When you talk about,
he's a guy that I can see like he's going to be here for a while as long as you give him what he needs. To me, Sean Payton is just bouncing around. Possible. To me, Sean Payton is looking for the best situation. He's not really looking to be a part of my franchise.
Yeah, because he's already established.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But Flores is still. That's what I'm saying. I'd rather get somebody great or good to great who's still establishing themselves than to get someone who's already just like you could tell like it
would really depend on the situation, the type of team it is. That it's got to match.
Would you rather have Brian Flores right now or Sean Payton?
It depends on my team.
It depends on
so
the situation.
If I'm Jacksonville,
I'm just talking about.
It depends on team, Nick. Just because this person is greater doesn't mean that he's greater in this situation.
Right.
Situations are different. If I'm Jacksonville, give me Sean Payton all day.
Sean Payton any day.
If I'm the Chargers, give me. It doesn't matter either one.
Yeah.
Sean Payton or Brian Flores. The Jets, give me Sean Payton only because of Zach Wilson.
The Broncos, give me Sean Payton. Give me
Brian Flores.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Vikings.
The Vikings,
Brian Flores or Sean Payton.
I will go Sean Payton only because they already had a defensive head coach. That's the only reason why. So I would pivot. But again, it just comes down to situation.
So you said the Vikings, the Jacksonville, and what was the other team? To me, those all the Chargers. Look, those all already kind of established, except Jacksonville, but they have an established number 1 overall pick who's super talented. To me, those are the situations like, all right, we already did most of the work. You just got to coach it up. I'd rather just have somebody that can.
Well, most of the work ain't just picking the guy. Most of the work is developing them. That because think about it.
You got to have them first.
But a draft pick is a one-time decision. Development takes years. Drew Brees wasn't that guy when he got there with Sean Payton. It took years for Drew Brees to amass that level. And especially if we're talking about respectability and getting a footing. Like Drew Brees wasn't considered a great quarterback year 1 with Sean Payton. It took years. So the hard part is not getting the guy. The hard part is developing the guy.
But if you already got the talent, like Patty Mahomes, how much of development do you think he really needed?
That was a lot of Andy Reid. That was just a perfect scenario.
Because he came out in the press conference and said, "I'm just now reading defenses." What year after he went like 2 years ago? So that's why I'm like, I'm not saying Andy Reid didn't develop, but I'm saying when you have that much talent, you just adding a skill onto it.
No,
Drew Brees had to add. He had to overcompensate for the lack of talent.
But if you're telling me that Pat Mahomes could have went anywhere and done this, I'm calling bullshit.
I didn't say that. I just said that we're talking about. You said coaching and growth.
Yes,
as a player, I'm saying it didn't take much growth for that
because
everybody in training camp said.
But let me ask you this. No, of course he had a certain level of talent, right?
Yeah.
But talent can only get you so far. Situationally, what's happening? How are you scheming? Look, for everybody watching, go look up a YouTube channel called QB School. JT O'Sullivan, he used to be a former NFL quarterback, and he used to play in NFL Europe. He breaks down tape of all of these QBs, from Jimmy G to Zach Wilson to the last time Trey Lance just started. And what he was talking about, what he talks about a lot, is play design. When he was breaking, I was just watching it. He was breaking down Zach Wilson, and he was like, "Okay, when I see this front, I know that they're coming, but the play design has no hot reads, and you want this." So when you hike the ball, he looks like he's trash, but that wasn't on the quarterback. That was on the play design. Where did you want him to go when all of this pressure? You have this long-ass developing route, and then you got guys that's not even running the right route.
Right.
That's never going to happen to an Andy Reid team. Andy Reid is going to put you in a situation to make sure you can take advantage of everything that's happening out there on that field. And
man, Nick, they don't want to hear about all this shit, man.
Yeah, they do.
You know what they want to hear about, but go ahead and finish your point.
And they have the talent at the key positions. You got the fastest guy in the league. You got arguably the best tight end at the time. They had Kareem Hunt. You know, that fits that scheme perfect.
Ooh.
Like, dog, what do you mean? Situationally, Andy Reid was never going to let Mahomes ever feel anything. That's Andy Reid, bro. Give him Mike McCarthy, see what happens.
They still win their division, probably.
No, hell no. Hell no. You know what? People will be calling Mahomes a bust or a reach. Oh, yeah. He got a big-ass arm and he can't do shit with it.
Them 13 seconds would have been gone so fast.
Come on, man.
What's the conversation?
Hold on, Q. We can't hear you on our end. Hold up. Ken trying to hook you up.
Got you.
This thing don't got a button.
Let me read a couple of these super chats because we got a bunch of them. Man, we appreciate the super chat love tonight, man. Hey, y'all keep it coming, man. Y'all help us keep these lights on in here. Tracy G, what's up, Tracy G? Chi-Town's finest. Tracy said Aaron did not keep the trolls off his back. Tom Brady's still the GOAT. Heck of a game, Chiefs. Heck of a game. Chiefs and 49ers in the Super Bowl.
I was going to get to that as far as speaking of that 49ers Green Bay game. My first question for y'all was, is Aaron Rodgers overrated?
No.
Man.
Ooh. We know how Q feels.
Hey, I told y'all for months. For months. I told
Q,
y'all.
are you ready? Are you ready to change your stance on Shanahan though?
On Kyle Shanahan? No, because It's going up against Rodgers. Anybody could have won that game. It's Rodgers in the playoffs.
I can't hear
Yeah,
you.
we can't. We still can't hear you.
Q, we can't. I know the people can hear you, but we in the studio can't hear you like that.
I got you.
Ken trying to figure it out.
All I heard you say was no. I think Ken is going out to Walmart to buy a new remote right quick.
Okay. Testing.
Oh, Ken put his jacket on to check his pockets.
That's some old man shit, boy.
Oh,
I be hating shit like that with a
Feefo put
remote.
a jacket
The remote is somewhere random.
hey, Ken put his jacket on to check the pockets to see if the remote.
I thought he was done. I thought he was like, I'm gonna buy it. I thought he was going to start like, damn, you gonna buy it.
You gonna get that, Shelton. You gonna get that, bro.
I didn't know where he was going. I was like,
I needed to check because I was like, okay, maybe when maybe it's like deep down in the crevices of it.
I said he gonna run to Walmart right quick.
But now, Q, you were saying, as far as to the question, is Aaron Rodgers overrated? I feel like you got
Testing
some
1, 2,
thoughts.
3.
We got you.
You got me? All right. What's up, chat? Overrated? No. Not that guy. In terms of Brady? No, he's not that guy. He's definitely one of the better QBs we've ever seen. He's definitely going to be in the top 5 list. But he's not that guy. He's not Montana. He's not Brady. And people just need to understand. That's what I've been saying for years. He been getting the pass. This nigga ain't done shit since Carter 4 was out. And we just got to be real about it, bro. Like, we got to be real about it. Aaron Rodgers could have played any QB in this game and the Green Bay Packers were going to lose. Because I don't know if Aaron Rodgers really likes football like that. I don't know if he loves the game like that. I think he's just so talented that it just kind of comes natural to him. I think he has a work ethic to do because he's good at it. But I don't know if Aaron Rodgers has that burning passion that Tom Brady does. When I see Tom Brady, and I'm not getting into that game, but when I see Brady do what he did coming up short still, I saw the passion, I saw the fight, I saw the want. When Aaron Rodgers, to me, it just seems like he needs, in the playoffs for some reason, he needs like everybody around him to either lift him up or be on the same like level that they were in the regular season. And that's not what great QBs do. You know what I mean? Regular guys around you, they're gonna be probably lesser than what they were. But if you're the greatest QB that we ever seen in terms of talent, you gotta lift those guys up. Obviously, Devontae gonna do what he do. Aaron Jones gonna do what they do. But those regular guys, can you get that greatness out of them? You know what I mean? Like Brady throwing to Tyler Johnson, making sure that he steps up. Brady throwing to what's his name, the little white dude who's gonna be his new weapon. You know what I mean? Scotty Miller. He's doing what he has to do, even if it's just 1 or 2 plays. Aaron Rodgers, you have to give me 16 points. I don't care how you get it. You got to give me 16 points. The fact that you lose by 3 at home, again, and this is like the 3rd season in a row, man. Kyle Shanahan has your number, but this ain't on no Shanahan genius. That defense is incredible. I think DeMeco Ryans deserves to be in so many head coaching interviews right now because he's coaching this defense up to contain Aaron Rodgers. And that's already something that should be put in the line for a coaching job. So no, Aaron Rodgers is not overrated, but he's not that guy. He's that guy, but he's not that guy.
One follow-up question, and this can go to all y'all too. How much blame do you put Rodgers on his loss?
50%.
50. All right. What's up, Feefo?
I was gonna say, Q. I was gonna break down a couple of things that you said. DeMeco Ryans is crazy. I remember when he was drafted by the damn Houston Texans to play middle linebacker. So that's how I know I'm getting old. This motherfucker, damn defensive coordinator now. But when you look at business trends, you follow the trend, and when you look at the NFL and where they're going in terms of head coaching, all 4 head coaches right now in the Final Four, what are they? Offensive coaches. Defensive coaches is going to be tough for them unless you have something already proven, a la Brian Flores, or you already have, the star OC, or who you want to get, and your defense is lacking. Then so defensive coaches, to me, they're just not going to get the same amount of opportunities anymore. Especially when you see young quarterbacks coming into the league, you need a guy that can mentor them and develop them. So as much as DeMeco Ryans has earned it, it's just the timing, I don't think, is going to be good. In terms of Aaron Rodgers, to me, it's not because of him that they lost that game. When I watch that, It was a back and forth game, and anybody could have won. It literally came down to special teams.
Mm-hmm.
They blocked that punt and
Mhm.
scored 7 points, and then they blocked a field goal off after a big ass play.
Mm-hmm.
That field goal would have won them the game if that would have never got blocked.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't 100% on Aaron Rodgers, but I know where Q is coming from. You're at home, you're in Lambeau Field, and especially when you look at the numbers, when it's cold as fuck out there, Aaron Rodgers has great games. He's used to it. So seeing what we saw out of Aaron Rodgers wasn't the norm in those conditions.
What's your percentage?
33.3. He's a third of the reason why that didn't go
What's
down.
the other two?
The other two, special teams. And then the other one is people just stepping up. Mercedes, he's a vet in the game. You can't fumble like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't drop passes like that. Every possession in the NFL, especially in the playoffs, is critical. You can't have those things happen. And then the other, it's special teams, bro. Like the special teams lost that game. They gave up 10 points. San Fran couldn't do shit. And what I mean is, they blocked the 3 from, so I'm adding it to the 7 that they scored.
Yeah.
It's that 10-point swing is the difference in the game.
What about you, Cam? I feel like you was listening to people, but you wasn't listening.
Now he was saying what he needed to say in his head. I saw him.
So I did watch this whole game. I think I'm with Q, man. On 50%. I may be a little higher. And the reason why I say that is that they came out hot.
They did.
Marched down the field.
Mm-hmm.
And Mercedes fumbled that ball, and then it was a wrap. San Francisco 49ers had confidence, et cetera, et cetera. Aaron made a huge play at the end of the game. Maybe this is coach, but Aaron Jones, you got to know to get out of bounds. You got one time out. Why are you running back inside trying to stiff arm somebody? Made absolutely no sense. Cost them a timeout. Run out of bounds. You're not going to score. Or so play smarter. And I don't know why he did that, but he's smarter than that. Field goal got blocked. So I'm with you on the special teams. It was horrendous. But when you're Aaron Rodgers, you got to overcome that. Then you guys talk about and gush over what he did when he didn't have his guys. Man, no receivers. And he won this game. Blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. When you're at home in that temperature and you got now you got your guys, you got to move. And they were moving the ball, but you got to execute. And there was the reason why I'm 50-50 and maybe higher is there was one put away drive that they had to settle for 3 points. And he didn't get it.
Yep, that last one.
That last possession when they were in the red zone, that's the one you got to put the nail in the coffin because these motherfuckers can't do shit on offense. You got to have that killer instinct. I'm not giving you guys a chance. I know because you already know the special teams is fucked up. You didn't know they were going to block a punt and everybody going to stand around and just watch the shit just bounce. But you got to put them away. Right. And that's it, man. Like you're at home, probably going to be MVP again. But you had ample enough opportunities to bury them. Yep. And he did not.
You know, another thing too, Ken, that last drive that they had on, I want to say it was the 4th down when he threw it in the double team to Devontae. He had MVS wide open. And it's one of those things where, in my opinion, Aaron Rodgers is at his best when he has 6-7 different receivers catching the ball. But in this one, you saw where he lost the trust and confidence in everybody else. Where out of, I want to say he had like 30-something attempts, 21 targets was either to Devontae or to Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
That's a
yeah, I mean, you got 12 attempts by Aaron Jones running the ball. And Bridgewater, you probably got to run it more than that. The rookie,
Corey Dillon got a couple,
had 7, and then he got hurt, but I think he had 7 too many. You know,
he's really their running back at this point.
Aaron Jones is your guy.
That's what I was.
Aaron Jones is your fucking guy, bro.
I've been hearing that, but
fuck
I trust
J. Dillon in the playoffs.
I trust Aaron Jones way more.
So I'm like, my thing is, the special teams lost that game. LaFleur's coaching at times lost that game. Mercedes Lewis ill-time fumble lost that game. Aaron Rodgers didn't win the motherfucking
100.
game.
I agree
That's
with
the
that.
problem.
I agree with that.
That's it.
1,000,000%.
Sheldon, give me your
And
percentage.
Ken took the words out
I'm
of my
saying
mouth.
percentage though.
That's why 50.
50.
It's 50 for that reason. Aaron Jones, I expect more from Aaron Jones. Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. I expect Aaron Rodgers to win a game like that. And like we saw in the Tampa Bay game last year, it's the same thing. We expect him to put the team on his back and say, we're going to get this one. If anybody, if you're betting on quarterbacks, that's the guy you should be able to bet on.
He's top 3, right?
Yeah.
Like Mahomes, Brady, Rodgers. It's supposed to be the trifecta.
Them 3, we don't worry about at the end of games. Like we don't.
If they got the ball and
Mhm.
all you need is 3 to win,
right?
Book it.
And you saw the other 2 did it.
The other 2 did it.
You know what I'm saying?
Not Brady.
He put him in
did
position.
it. That's what I'm saying.
He put him in position.
He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Yeah, so in saying that, I expect the same thing from
100%.
Man, for me, I've been going back and forth on between 33% and 50 or 60%. And I'm stuck between what Feefo said and Ken said. But at the end of the day, I can't tout this nigga as Aaron bleeping Rodgers, and he can't get you over 10 points in a divisional game.
Correct.
At home, if he's supposed to be as comfortable as people say he is in the cold, you would expect a name like Aaron Rodgers to get you more than 10 points. And I think that's the end of the case for there. At first, FIFA, I was with you. The special teams clearly lost that game.
Man.
Mercedes Lewis fumble it came at the worst time because they were driving. Those are all points. But then at the same time, it's like if you're in red zone, you got to get tubs. That's the same issue that I have with Joe Burrow. We'll get to it. As far as how he stares down Chase a lot. And then also we settle for field goals a lot. Like these are the times where you got to punch it in somehow, some way if you want to be that elk of quarterback. But obviously I'm giving Burrow a pass because first full season. Like I'm not even tripping on him. But with Rodgers, it's like this is third NFC Championship.
He don't
game?
get a pass.
No,
out of anybody.
Right.
Multiple-time MVP.
Multiple-time MVP. Like it's
there's
like
expectations,
and
bro.
you are balling in the regular season, and it doesn't really even translate damn near not at all.
Right. And you playing against Jimmy G. You should be able to beat Jimmy. If no,
and that's 60 now. It's 60%. Jimmy fucking G. This, bruh, when I
2-0 against Aaron Rodgers.
When I talk about white man luck, he took over Tom Brady's spot.
Yeah.
He has taken over Tom Brady's spot.
Yeah.
And maybe that's only because Tom Brady lost to a white man. Maybe that's what cancels it out. But
you know, like talking about Jimmy G too, like the 49ers squandered a lot of opportunities themselves. That one missed by George Kittle early in the game for a big third down.
It was cold, man.
It was cold. It was freezing.
He ain't used to it yet.
Nah, they from San Fran. You know, it's a little different.
It was freezing.
But like they had a lot of miscues in that game too. Like they almost didn't want to win.
Jimmy wanted to lose. He wanted to go home. He was ready. He's like, all right, I'm gonna give y'all pick 6. Damn, you caught it. All right, I'm gonna give y'all pick 6. Damn, you dropped it. He wanted them to lose that game. And then, and what's the worst part of it? He made the throws at the end of the game. We need a first down, Jimmy. Got you.
Kyle calls some great plays.
We need enough first down. Got you. And I'm the Packers. I'm like, why are they letting Kittle get that inside? He got the inside twice.
But number one, leverage. And again, this is why I love Kyle Shanahan. He'll move guys around so that way he can create the matchups and where he wants them to be, right? So like if I have an in-breaking route, I'm going to move him so that way the defender has to play him on the outside and I know he's going to go inside. You know what I'm saying?
But it happened like twice on that drive,
with
bro.
no inside
Kyle
protection.
Shanahan.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan. You know, I know how Q feels about him, but bro.
Is Matt LaFleur offense or defensive coordinator?
Offense. He's an offensive guy.
That's just the craziest thing. What else is crazy is how they use Deebo.
Like, what? Hey,
who,
hold on. Let's talk about some Deebo.
Who in the world thought Deebo was going to be doing this?
Nobody.
Nobody. At the beginning of the year.
My homeboy had Deebo in fantasy last year, and he was hyping up Deebo. I'm like, Deebo ain't shit. He got him again this year. I was like, bro, you called it early.
Yeah,
I did not expect Deebo to be like this.
I always thought Deebo had it in him, but he was injury prone, so he was always going to get hurt. That was my whole thing with him. Deebo did it at South Carolina. He did the same thing in college. He was. I went. That was one time. But I'm just saying he was electrifying.
Bro, we get once a show.
He was electrifying, but he would get hurt a lot. So that's what I figured would be his problem. But
they just let him get that last first down.
That's what I'm saying. It was 3rd and 7, and he got 10.
Yes,
but you know what though, I have not, and I've watched a lot of football in my life. I have not seen somebody physical like that.
What about
Right.
Cordell Patterson this season?
Same thing.
Yeah, but he don't run like Deebo. He don't have the pop Deebo had. Like Deebo could be a running back, bro. Deebo could be a running back.
He played running back.
Oh, I know,
Okay.
but I'm just saying.
And he played running back.
Yes, you can see it.
He plays running back, and he what did he average about 6.6 yards a carry or something like that? Something crazy. It was crazy.
Yo, that dude. I'm not gonna lie. One of the best plays that I done seen in a very long time. It reminded me back when I was on the field. I'm like, yep, that's why I don't play football no more. When Deebo broke, and then that linebacker number 51 caught him, boom, and knocked the wind out of him. I said, look. And when Deebo had to like stumble, and he was like, "Hey, leave me the fuck alone. I just need to catch my breath." That's football.
Yeah,
that was football right there. That was one of my favorite plays of the weekend.
One of the best games of the weekend, Bills Chiefs.
And I didn't get to watch it.
You didn't watch it?
That was
Bro, look, I also cut hair, so I had clients, so I was traveling and cutting hair.
Oh, I thought they came to
No.
DVR that bad boy.
Huh?
Yeah. Or cut somewhere where they got the TV. Would you cut with your back to the TV?
Well, nah, like in the two areas they don't. Like I cut them like in one of them in the kitchen, well, both of them in the kitchen really. Well, one in the kitchen, one in the dining room.
He cut my boss's hair. He cut in the kitchen and all that other shit.
But to even correct what you said, this is one of the games of a lifetime. That's what
I honestly think that's probably the best fourth quarter I've ever seen in football. Period,
without a doubt. Without a doubt. How many points were scored in the last 2 minutes?
25.
Yeah.
In overtime? That's ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
I saw highlights, so I know how crazy it was, but I didn't get
the crazy thing is the first
Yeah.
half of the game, it was good, but then the Chiefs had a lead, so you thought, oh, okay, this is probably where they break away. Then all of a sudden, man, that second half, the Bills was like, fuck it. We going y'all got Diggs on lock or whatever. That motherfucker
Gabriel Davis looked like
200 yards, 4 tubs.
And it was no fluke. You know how some of these games is like
no.
fluky?
What was fluky was that defense.
Yeah, slow down.
Bro, you see that?
The routes he was running.
The routes was simple as shit. The routes was a deep post every time.
He had a great game, but motherfuckers were falling.
They was
missing assignments.
The last two tubs he had was off of falls.
Yeah. But that
I don't
one,
know who the hell was guarding
but that one move to make that dude fall, the last touchdown he scored was I thought that was a beautiful route. That was a beautiful juke move. He shook the dude out of his shoes. A couple of them was blown coverages, but it was just some good football down the stretch.
Yeah, that one that Diggs had on the left hand side, he took that step. That DB said, "Ah!"
But they was all falling like they
Diggs
didn't
got
give
the
a
best
fuck.
feet in football.
Yeah,
but they held Diggs in check for the most
he
part.
He
ain't do shit. So he got a big 2-point conversion though to give him the lead.
Yeah, I mean he showed up when you need him.
But Q, has Josh Allen proven he's a top 5 QB?
Top 5 QB. Like 6 or 7, man. He had a fantastic game.
He don't want to admit it.
he had a fantastic game, man. But I'd be lying if I said this is when some of the worst pass defense I've ever seen in a playoff game as well.
Thank you.
So it's hard for me to be like, oh my God, Josh Allen just, he had a great game though. I will say this though, probably the most impressive play he made was that 4th and 7. Fuck the 4th and
run.
I agree.
Yeah, bro, that was the fact that he evaded the tackler to the right and then cut back left for the first. Insane. That's probably the best 4th down play of the weekend. There was a whole bunch of good 4th down plays too. Mahomes and Allen, they put on the show, but I can't say that he put me in like top 5 range yet, man. I still got Brady, still got Rodgers, still got Wilson, still got, Mahomes, and then probably after that be somewhere like Lamar or whatever. But gosh, he right there though. He had a great game.
Put it to you like this, he better than Dak.
Are you hey, Q, are you saying that because
shit, that's what we're going.
And I think you said it in the chat. You said it perfectly. He gonna give you all, or he gonna give you nothing. Like ain't no in between, right?
Bruh, it's just
He's
like
become more consistent.
I think there's an in between.
He's become more consistent.
To me, in a regular season, it just looked like he just has those games where he looked like Aaron Montana Brady. You know what I mean? Like, damn, this dude got it all. And then he got games where he looked like, just some random guy you found like who did they draft? You know what I mean? Who stole Josh Allen's uniform? You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. But he showed the hell up. I will say that. But I will say this though. We need to pump the brakes, not on Kansas City being good again, because they're good again. But that defense is still not what they need to be.
Well,
And the reason why I'm saying that, nigga, before, if Pittsburgh had any type of good quarterback play, that game was probably way tighter than it was. So the fact that the Bills put up the numbers that they put up is not surprising because the Steelers defense held the Chiefs to like damn near 3 points the whole first quarter. Imagine if they had Josh Allen. You know what I mean? So what the hell, you know?
my thing is this though. The Chiefs have had a horrible defense for the last 5-6 seasons.
Correct.
We've seen Patty in so many games where this motherfucker down by 20,
28
by
Damn,
50.
Yeah.
Somehow this motherfucker was down by a whole damn near over 4 points with 13 seconds left. Somehow, somewhere you blink and he won the game. And that's why I'm like, yes, the defense is shitball. So you gonna score on him. But this motherfucker, he has to be the best QB in the league right now.
He's the most dangerous.
I've never seen nothing like, obviously I've never seen a game like that, but 13 seconds.
Right.
He's the most dangerous because he's never out of it. And it doesn't matter if it's 45 seconds to go and you're on your own 20. Like, okay, that's more than enough time with no timeouts. Like, he can score from anywhere. And then on top of that, because obviously he has to have the crazy skill set to be able to do that, he got the weapons to do it. He got the weapons to go get it done. I'm going to just throw that shit up. Sometimes I'm going to pinpoint it, but sometimes I'm going to just throw that shit up. Go get it.
Ken, what you think?
Yeah,
about
Hardman
that?
not taking that to the house. If he caught that slant that Tariq scored on, where he's giving the dude a peace sign, that's in front of him.
Bro, look. So JT O'Sullivan broke that shit down too, right? And he was talking about it was 2-man. And also the DB had inside leverage. You're not supposed to get beat like that. Even when you watch it in slow motion, the DB gave Tyreek all of the outside because I know I got help over top. That where Pat Mahomes threw that ball to even get it to him, you're not supposed to do it. That's number one. Number two, how in the hell did he outrun the DB that was on him? The safety coming down, and you know what? The safety misread the speed because he's like, oh no, I'm not. He just ran fast, and then he ran past everybody.
He tried to run next to it.
You're like, yo, see, like I put it to you like this. And right now in the NFL, there's a lot of fast motherfuckers. There's not another wide receiver to do what Tyreek did on that play. Now, Mahomes can get that ball to any wide receiver to make that play.
That's what I'm saying. Hardman could have caught that, but
he's not taking it to the house.
He's not taking it to the house.
That's the difference.
That shit was funny as hell when they were running beside Tyreek.
Bruh, because the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, why hasn't no one tackled him by now? Oh, this nigga gone. He really gone. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, man.
And I'm surprised they didn't call taunting because he threw the peace sign up.
I'm glad they did.
I'm so glad they did.
Because he does that a lot anyway.
He does, but he
I
doesn't
thought he
do
had
it
the
to
gloves.
the player.
I thought he had the gloves that have the peace
He
sign.
did it to the player.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Milano was coming like this. And Hill was right here. And he hit him with peace right here. right by him. I was like, yo, that shit is crazy.
That nigga hit a meat and then
but like we talked about in the chat, the way when he catches a pass, his first 3-4 yards, he gonna go backwards. It's like he got to get a running start. Like, where I'm going, because you're not gonna stop me.
Yep.
That's just amazing.
Yeah, it's like Le'Veon Bell used to do that a lot when he had chemistry with his offensive line. Yeah, he
Le'Veon kind of do this little pity pat thing, and then be like, okay, that's my home.
Yep,
that was beautiful. Ken, you agree? What you think about Patty?
This was a good game, man. For sure. I really was impressed by Josh Allen. As a matter of fact, I dropped in the chat, and I was like, Chiefs defense going to get this game away, and they did.
They tried to so much.
They did.
And Tyrann Mathieu,
that hurt.
That's a motherfucker. He is the duct tape of that defense.
That hurt.
That's secondary. Because when he went out,
the defense, you had it right the first time.
Oh, okay. I was giving the front. I was giving Chris Jones and Frank Clark and them the front four. But
yeah.
Somebody else got hurt too.
Another player. Somebody else that mattered.
But that front, Ken, I want you to finish. But that front four for the Chiefs, they tried their damnedest to get to Josh Allen. It was Josh Allen's athleticism that got it, because he should have been sacked by 6 times.
He wore them out.
Yep. Yeah, he was determined, man. Like, this was the one where you saw a lot of dog and a lot of fight in him. Like that Aaron Rodgers shit we were just talking about. Like, he was like, I'm gonna get this nigga. He probably called him a nigga too. Yeah. And so when it happened, I was like, damn, I hated that I thought I was right. I was like, for 13 seconds, ain't no way.
I wasn't nervous.
Me too.
I wasn't nervous.
How?
I wasn't nervous
definitely
because
nervous.
I was looking at it, I was more thinking like, how the fuck is he gonna do this?
Nah.
I was thinking cause think about it. We just saw a play where he threw it to Tyreek Hill, and he was just trying to get a first down, maybe get in the field goal range.
13 seconds.
This motherfucker got a touchdown. So I'm like, the one thing I was nervous, like, damn, there's a minute left. Josh Allen could do something.
Right.
I said that.
But when I seen him with 13 seconds left, I was like, somehow, some way, he's gonna do some goofy shit, and it's gonna work.
I thought maybe blown coverage or something. I didn't even think that. I was like, that's the only way I thought it could happen.
It was a combination of both.
I didn't know it was going to be, 2 passes, 3? And he was going to let him get out. I think it was 1 where he went out of bounds, and then that play to Kelsey, like, it was beautiful, man. It was a great play call, and it was on the fucking money.
And it wasn't just a play call; it's the play design.
Mm.
The
out this, and then he kind of pumped him a little bit.
But also, he moved Kelsey to get the leverage for that type of route, and that's what I was talking about earlier with Andy Reid. Andy Reid is not going to put his quarterback in a position to not be able to succeed, where you have multiple options depending on what the defense is doing. Yeah, this is the main guy, but if they do,
you saw what Kelsey said though.
No, what did he say?
He said, "I was running what I was going to run anyway. I wasn't caught running no play." He was running. He was going where he was going to go. He was like, I don't care what they call it.
Wait, that wasn't part of the play?
He didn't say that or not, but that's what he said. He said, I knew what I was going to do regardless, no matter what.
Because he knew where he needed to get to.
He was saying that forget the play call. I'm finna get open.
Okay.
And here's the thing too, right? Like great players, great quarterbacks, sometimes they do that shit. Hey, bro, I know what. And you see it all the time. Yeah. Especially, I think the best that do it like non-verbally is Devontae and Aaron.
Aaron Rodgers all the time.
That
back shoulder.
They should have got verbal.
Hey, we talk. Hey,
we're done with that.
Yeah, but look, I do look, Patrick, great. You put him in position, but I gotta give the kicker some props. Nobody is giving him any type of credit for making that kick
because he fucked up in the game.
He did. But that's kind of the point that I'm trying to make.
He made up for it.
He made up for it. In the moment you need him to do that, he came through. It looked like he was gonna miss it.
I thought he was too.
He came through, man. That was a clutch ass kick. But yeah, I think he missed the extra point.
He missed a 45-yarder.
And then he missed the 45-yarder.
At the end of the half.
He don't miss kicks. That's the other thing. He rarely missed kicks. So Patrick Mahomes gave him a shot to atone for his earlier mistakes because, that could have been a difference in the game. And not necessarily unlike Green Bay. And he did it, man. I think he should get some love too because that's a lot of pressure.
This was really a weekend for the kickers.
But wait, before y'all go, I want all 4 of y'all to apologize because all 4 of y'all said that Kansas City was done.
No, I picked Kansas City to win.
October 26, 2021.
Super Bowl
I just watched the show.
Kansas City versus the Rams.
They was done?
October 26, 2021 at 24 minutes and 41 seconds. I went back and studied you guys this time. You'll see them say it.
What did I say?
Got the timestamp. Damn.
Hey, look, I had the timestamp.
No, he got tired of niggas calling him out.
Hey, I got tired of it. Hey, before y'all get on me.
He started reading them with his own.
Right. Hey, but see, this is how I know Sheldon don't be paying attention because I did say that. But as the season progressed, there were times like, hey, man, I think the Kansas City Chiefs don't figure this thing out. They on a 7-game winning streak. I remember changing look, I only go by what I see, the evidence I have on the field. I was like, yo, man, it look like they don't figure this thing out. And I said, they're learning how to play and win football games instead of blow everybody out. And we're seeing that play out in this game. The last thing I'll say, the Buffalo Bills were supposed to be the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah, they were.
I was going to get to that point.
They lit them up. Oh, my goodness.
All-purpose defense. That means on all levels, they're supposed to be good. They got busted.
Thank you, Johnny Mac Zero.
What did he say?
He said I took it back.
That was the reason why.
That was the time stamp.
And my last question.
You didn't take it back.
My last question on this was because a lot of people said, does the NFL have an overtime problem?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, man.
How much time do you need?
I think in the playoffs, there needs to be a little bit different. In the playoffs, I think the other team should get a shot.
The only reason why I don't, and I agree with what Shannon Sharp said earlier today, there's 2 sides of the ball. Stop them.
Nah, people always say that, man.
They keep saying you got 60
People
minutes.
always say that. No, it's never really that easy. Because we saw in the last 2 minutes, nobody could be stopped, Feefo.
And the defense was exhausted. They had just came off the field. They were exhausted.
I like Cowherd's explanation where as far as as fans, of course, we want more football. But if you look at it from a holistic standpoint, if the Chiefs go to 2 to 3 overtimes in that game, and then they have to play a championship game on Sunday.
Yeah, that ain't.
And Cincinnati already has a day ahead of them as far as rest. They're gonna be fucking exhausted. That's gonna be like a Thursday night game.
And somebody gonna get hurt.
Look, Patty lost the game because of this, and he benefited because of it this time. So I don't know how he feels about it. Right now, I'm pretty sure he's okay because he actually benefited. Because once I heard that, they got the balls, like everybody knew the game was over.
Because the defense was shitty.
But I still wanted to see Josh Allen. I feel like in playoffs, everybody should get a shot to score.
So when I say stop him, Ken, I don't mean stop him from scoring. Stop him from getting a touchdown.
No, I get that.
Because if you relegate him to a field goal, your offense gets an opportunity.
My thing is this: it don't even have to go to overtime. Nigga, you had 13 seconds left. If you got the all-purpose defense, number 1 in the fucking league, you can't hold a team to under a field goal range.
And that was some bad coaching.
At least make it.
Defense.
What was it? It was 48-45 instead of a 53 or 55 year. Have them kick it from 55 instead of 10 yards ahead. How about guard Travis Kelce? How about guard Tyreek Hill?
They're gonna
make somebody else.
Said than done,
no, I'm just saying. But
they're gonna change
it. We saw all season motherfuckers was guarding them and talking shit, saying the Chiefs is done. We saw them earlier this season beat them handsomely.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're talking about, we need the ball in overtime.
They're gonna change.
Fuck
the
all
rules.
that shit. You had 60 seconds.
They're gonna change the rules.
And 13 seconds.
They're not gonna change it.
They're gonna
change
it. I saw one.
They're gonna change it because it's Josh Allen.
It should automatically flip possessions. Like whoever had the ball last, the other team should get it first. No,
ain't no such thing as fairness in football.
The coin toss is the most fair thing. You call it. What do you want? Heads? I bet.
They changed it once.
Yeah,
they're gonna change it again.
They did make it more competitive.
They changed it to the field goal. Yeah.
This way makes more sense.
I don't want it to be like college though.
Don't let you score a touchdown and don't.
Yeah. Don't give up a touchdown. The defenders get paid
Y'all
millions of dollars.
Try to make this sound as simple as possible.
But Ken, there's two sides of the ball. You're acting like we're playing offense versus offense. The defenders get paid too.
Right, and we saw that they could not stop them. That's what I'm saying.
Stop a touchdown.
They were unable to stop.
And then you lose the game, and that's what's fair.
Nah, man.
What do you mean?
Josh should have gotten a chance, just like I felt Patty should have gotten a chance.
You know what?
Nice
Tre'Davious White is considered a top 5 corner in the league, right? Jordan Poyer is a top 10 safety in the league, right?
Is Micah Hyde on that?
Or Micah Hyde, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Micah Hyde is a top 10 safety in the league, right? The middle linebacker, Edmonds, he's considered top 5, top 10 in the league, right? Oliver, defensive tackle, top 10 in the league, top 15 in the league, right? They got a top 15 player at every level on that defense, Ken. No, you should be able to slow them down. Not completely stop. We're talking about Kansas. That's like saying somebody's going to go stop Steph Curry and them. You're not going to stop them. But shit, can you not give me a possession or two?
No, because I think the point is that a lot of those guys were tired at that point.
They weren't even tired.
But so is the offense. The offense has to go out. What do you There's two sides of the ball.
Not as exhausted as those guys were, bro. Like, you ain't out there chasing fucking Tyreek Hill around.
But then
like
get in shape. All right, they got a head of a time for off season, kid. He can get in shape.
How about we see if the Chiefs defense can stop Josh Allen?
We already seen they couldn't.
And just like we saw that the Bills couldn't stop.
But they
him
had more
OT.
time. If the Bills score, it goes back to the Chiefs. If the Chiefs score, it goes back to the Bills during the regular part of the game. Overtime overtime should be the next score wins.
But that was because I was thinking
like
as
that.
Say what? So what, Q?
I said I don't like that rule, man. I think I just think it all comes down to a coin flip. I think that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? I think if we're gonna do it, but it does though, because it's like if Patrick Mahomes gets heads and his heads, he gonna score, man. Like they're gonna score. It's just is what it is, especially when they're that hot.
Personally, it's not guaranteed.
But the thing is, though, is that it's in your favor, though. It's in your favor.
Okay.
I mean,
but anytime you have the ball, it's in your favor in football.
Well, not necessarily, because
what do you? Whoa!
Not every QB is great, but when you're in the playoffs, you would think that every QB who's here has a certain acumen that can score if you give them the ball. So defense has already been taken out of the game damn near, and it's shifted towards the offense to be able to score easier. So if you give them on the basis of a coin flip, is already in the offense's favor who just got the coin flip. I think the other defense should be able to respond regardless, and the first team to get a stop should win it, in my opinion. That's just kind of what it should be. Or let's fuck all that and let's bring it down to kicks on some college shit. I don't know.
You want the shit to come down to a kicker?
But literally, yes, because I love how unpredictable the kickers be. They be shanking shit. They be 2 yards out. They be shanking that. It gets blocked. Let's let the special teams win it. I don't know. Tired of all this coin toss shit. I don't know. That's just me.
You want to turn the football playoffs into dude perfect? Like,
absolutely.
What's that shit called? Dude that's perfect.
So I think who said it best? It was on Undisputed, where Shannon was talking about it's only 21.5% of the time the person that wins the coin toss actually wins the game, and that's out of like the last 160 some odd times. Only 21% win the game when you win the coin toss.
They're gonna change the.
Do your fucking job when you get paid millions to play defense. Slow them up to a field goal.
But in the playoffs, the person that wins the overtime coin toss wins 98% of the time.
And that's what I'm saying. So you saying Josh Allen won the popular vote, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, bruh, like.
Thank you.
They're gonna change it.
I'm just saying, Josh Allen had all first half to get some points on.
They're gonna change it for the playoffs.
Thank you, Connor Pearson Ward. What he said in the super chat was in the regular season, the first team to get the ball in overtime wins 58% of the time. In the playoffs, the first team to get the ball wins 98% of the time. That's overtime.
Okay. It's unfair.
Well,
it's football.
I forgot to say this at the beginning, but I really had a great weekend. Not only did I see Burrow win, I saw Patty beat Josh Allen in a phenomenal game. But you know what the icing on the fucking cake was?
What's that?
You already know what game I'm going to.
Which one?
The white man finally got taken down. Oh, hey,
and everybody was trying to give it to him, too.
Bro, I was so pissed in that game, man. I was like, I thought it was going to be a fuck. I felt like how the Falcons fans felt.
Yeah, it was coming.
Hey,
it was coming.
Like, hey, we about to blow these motherfuckers out. I'm turning the game. I'm about to order some wings, roll up.
It was coming.
I cut back on the game. You know what pissed me off? What I knew it was about, oh, shit. That was my all shit moment. Cam Akers fumbled before the half. I was like, that's 3 to 7 points. Okay, I'll let it go. Then when I seen that snap go all the way back, I was like, what I say in the chat? I was like, bro, God wants Tom Brady to win. The football gods want Tom Brady to win.
Yep.
I knew that fumble was crucial the moment it happened. And I was like,
because it was a stupid fumble.
Yep. But that shit only fucking happens to Brady, bro. I've been watching this man since he fucking stepped on the fucking field. I've seen every goddamn thing. This is not coming from a place of ignorance. So, and I've seen this man get so fortunate every single time. It only fucking happens to him.
You're right.
It makes absolutely no fucking sense. Right. A fucking snap over the head after you force a fumble? Like, how does that fucking happen?
Yeah.
I've never seen a back-to-back turnover like that.
Nah.
But it doesn't it speak to that team know the fact that they were getting tight?
Who was getting tight?
The Rams.
How were they getting tight when they were up by like 20-something?
The Rams got tight.
They were tight. They started making some careless.
Yes.
I'm talking about from the coaching standpoint. Now I'm gonna clear
players
this up.
too.
I'm not there too, but I'm not talking about Matt Stafford, because he was okay.
He's been the glue of this whole team.
Yeah, it was the others, but I did wonder, and I asked in the chat. I don't know if y'all remember, but I asked on that first fumble. They had probably it was like a minute left in the half, and they were in the red zone, and they ran the ball 3 times. And I'm saying, now you got Matt Stafford, you got Cooper Kupp, you got OBJ. Why are you not throwing?
Because they were already up. Was it 20-3 at that point?
This is Brady.
McVay was scared.
This is Brady. You put the ball in the hands of your best players.
But I thought they were going to score anyway. I thought it was like, it's Cam Akers.
Field
Cam
goal,
Akers is a decent,
touchdown, whatever.
He's a decent back.
To your point, Shelton, I'll let you get back to it. When you're saying it was Brady, they did it because it was Brady. So, and what I mean by that is, like, we're going to try to bleed this clock so he don't get another. If we score too fast, he get the ball back. So he was trying to play it both ways, you know, and it didn't work. But I'm with you, man. Like, when that ball got under like a minute, you can at least throw it a couple of times.
Right.
Brady, with those guys on the field, man, Brady, he ain't gonna march down the field. He ain't marched down the field all game.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't have the weapons right now.
He was throwing picks.
He
and
was
shit
fucking.
too.
Yeah, he was fucking up.
Like
Hey, all I know
That's what he
is
did
that
last year. The defense bailed him out, and they almost bailed him out again.
Myke Evans, that one-on-one with Jalen,
he make Jalen quit.
bruh. So
Jalen asked for him too.
And he asked for him because it was like right after that
Yep.
possession, and he took him and he got bombed. So even though I don't think he had the weaponry to do that, and then obviously that front seven for the Rams had his number all day
long.
They couldn't stop Von Miller and your boy
Aaron
Donald. So did you see the impact of Aaron Donald? Or
I saw the impact of Von Miller more than I see Aaron Donald.
Aaron
Donald had a couple of good plays.
Aaron Donald had some good ass plays.
He did.
There is.
I was gonna say,
it ain't no
I
Von
was
Miller
gonna
without
say,
Aaron Donald.
to Ken's point, Von Miller really, that strip sack won the game. They scored 8%.
It did.
Yeah.
But the difference of what Aaron Donald brings, and you saw it all game, you got a double triple team.
You have to
every time. So that's the reason why he don't get the stats, but the impact. And not saying that. Look, I put it to you like this: Von Miller would have still had an impact that game if there was no Aaron Donald. But why he was in Brady's grill like that was because of the double and triple teams every fucking play.
Ask him; he'll tell you.
Every play, every single play.
Look, I was in the chat. I was like, I'm waiting on Von and Donald to step up.
That.
And Von, I was like, Von
that
came and got a strip sack.
That next play,
the fucking damn center gave that shit right back.
I don't know how that shit happened.
But the like you said, you have the game plan for a player like Aaron Donald. You have 100%. The game plan for him.
That whole O line when they get hey,
you
see where you at? Oh, he on this side now. He on this side.
You know how you call that linebacker.
Going back to what you said about the Myke Evans touchdown bomb over Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
Ramsey fucked up twice. He really almost cost him the game with that what was it? Roughing what was it?
That was Weddle.
No. That was Weddle? That wasn't Ramsey.
That was Weddle. Yeah,
who hit him after
Myke Evans? Yeah, the ball had just hit the ground.
That was Weddle.
The ball had just hit.
Ramsey played a good game. He got beat, but overall, he had a dude on lock.
Yeah, that was an isolated.
You can't say he had lock and he got a touchdown.
I mean, no,
that was a key touchdown.
One mistake.
I was gonna say Myke Evans didn't do like it wasn't a Gabriel Davis that day. It wasn't a big day like a Cooper Kupp day. You see what I'm saying? So in saying that, he held Mike Davis in check. Mike Davis was the number 1, 2, and 3 receiver for Tom Brady.
Cooper Kupp fucked that whole all them DBs up.
Yeah,
bro. They couldn't do nothing with him.
Best receiver.
He was almost Cooper Fuck when he damn fumbled that goddamn ball.
He did.
So I saw where Aqib Talib was talking about defending Cooper Kupp, and he said why Cooper Kupp is so great is at his top of his route. So when he's about to break, when he breaks down and you don't know where he's going to go, Aqib said that him and Marcus Peters needs to come on to a show and explain how and why Cooper Kupp is so great. So he saw it for like firsthand in practice all the time. He's like, bro, me and Marcus Peters couldn't guard this guy.
And that's saying something.
Because those were 2-man corners at
island corners,
and it was there, bro. Like those were that was arguably the best cornerback tandem in the league at the time, and they couldn't guard Cooper Kupp in practice. Right. So
hey,
that's crazy.
Q, I want to ask you a question since we kind of bearing the lead with this game. Has Matt Stafford silenced all his haters after Sunday's win?
Thank you, Q.
Hell no, he ain't silenced.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Nigga almost choked that shit away with that fumble in the end. He should have fucking lost that shit.
Y'all.
I'm sorry, but no. First of all, Matt Stafford. Everyone who's saying, "Oh, Matt Stafford, he silenced the critics." Y'all know y'all buttholes was tight because he could have threw a pick at any moment. The minute they had to rely on him, the Cam Akers had 3, 4 turnovers or something. I don't know what happened to him. It has to do with the fact that now they had to rely on Stafford to throw the ball, and then towards the end. He wasn't ready for a snap. That was a choke. And then
that wasn't him.
It don't matter. It don't matter. I don't care because we do this with black QBs all the time. I'm not giving excuses to no one of these QBs in the playoffs. Catch the fucking snap. So he choking there, and then he choking in the end when he almost fumbled the ball there. So, and you shouldn't even be in a position to have Brady come back like you. You know what I mean? You shouldn't even be that.
Keywords in pretty much everything he said. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Bro, almost is damn near. It's like, bro.
Hey, look.
Okay. What the fuck that mean, bro?
Almost That's
like
damn
he said,
near.
shit is almost boo-boo.
Hold
It's
on.
the same shit.
Hold on.
See, here's the thing. Everybody want me to give all these stats and shit. Fuck the stats for the last month. I'm not on stats in 2022. I'm going off of eye test and feel because that's what we on now. So when it come to Matthew Stafford, you should not be in a position to where you have a walk-off field goal. Y'all was whooping their ass. So the fact is,
how many points?
When you almost, I think he had like 10 points in the second half, like 77 yards in the second half, bruh. If you that guy, you supposed to bury. We're supposed to bury Brady.
So what?
Wait. So you want to excoriate Aaron Rodgers for not getting down the field and at least getting a field goal to win the game, but we're not going to give props for the quarterback that actually did that. Yeah, and that didn't have the fumbles that you're talking about because, number one, it was a shotgun formation. Obviously, Matt Stafford is looking to his right, calling. He's the quarterback. I got a quarterback this whole fucking shit, and then you throw the ball. That has nothing to do with me. I did not hike that shit, number one. Number two, that fumble that wasn't really a fumble because
four fumbles in that game.
Well, I'm just talking about the one that Q talking about.
Yeah.
When Stafford went down, the ball did come loose, but Stafford got with that motherfucker. Yeah. It wasn't a fumble loss. It didn't hurt them. At the end of the day, Stafford did everything that was asked of him to win the game, and that's what he did.
Let me say
at
this.
At the end of the day, the Rams did everything to lose that game. And
the Rams. Let me say, but we're talking about
Stafford's part of the Rams. And Stafford's part of the Rams. And Stafford's part of the Rams. And what we're not going to do is put Matthew Stafford in the same even sentence as Aaron Rodgers because he's not even in that stratosphere. But at the end of the day, Matthew Stafford contributed to the Rams doing everything to lose that game.
Go ahead, Sean, because I got something to say.
Go ahead, Sean.
The only thing I was going to say was, I admit that Matthew Stafford had an awesome game. He did. He played. I don't agree with Q on some of those things. I don't agree with that part he's saying. But what I will say is this, and it's something that I'm going to state clearly, and I say the same things. I thought it was telling that they didn't give him a chance to throw that ball in the end of the first half. I thought it was telling that they struggled a little bit in the second half. I also feel like Matt did what it took, and they did win the game. That's the we always talk about that. Mm-hmm. You won the game. Mm-hmm. That's what's important. But what I'm saying is, I still can't say it was all Matt. You know what I'm saying? Those other guys had great games too. No. That's what everybody is. I'm getting a lot of that. I get a lot of. You got to say, he this, he that. He played great. He did what I expected him to do.
No, you didn't. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, the fuck he did.
You just said
do what you expected him to do.
You just said it was telling why they didn't.
Shit. Yeah. Let me hold on. Let me walk that back. He did, and I didn't say that right. But I'll let y'all.
Yeah, you realizing you.
I did. Yeah, no, I did not say that right. He did what was expected of him to do, not me. I didn't mean to say I meant to say he did what was expected of him to do, which is come out and have a good game,
do his job.
Yeah, that's it. And that's but that to me is still. I still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still not going to crown like this is the Matt Stafford type thing. He got a full deck. He should be doing this. Should he not?
Didn't I not say that last weekend?
Should he not?
Didn't I not say this is what they was going to say last week?
Should he not?
I was like, watch Stafford win, and y'all going to say he because Q brought that up. I was like, he damned if he do, he damned if he don't. He should win a Super Bowl because the team stacked, or if he loses the Super Bowl, he should have won because the team stacked.
Brady had a full deck, and it's like, oh
no, it's Super Bowl or bust.
Hold on, let me read this because I'm gonna pass it to the person that actually, with the good brother that actually sent this to me right the next day after this game. And this is a stat. In the final seconds of the divisional round, Matthew Stafford led the 43rd game-winning drive of his career. He now has the most game-winning drives, including playoffs, since entering the NFL in 2009. Why did you send that to me, sir?
Man, who cares?
Well, first of all, we need data to back up some of these misconceptions that we hear about Stafford. Great quarterbacks can do that. And those numbers are not fluke at all. The proof is in the pudding. The numbers don't lie. So I know Q don't want to hear about stats because I watched that game too. Q, we all watched together.
Man, Tony Romo had the
you want me to read him his stats
Go
real quick
ahead.
before you go?
I mean, you can, yeah.
Matthew Stafford had over 300. He had 366 yards,
Great
2
game.
tubs, with an average yard of 9.6, 28 for 38.
And that's with in the second half, McVay deciding he's going to play scared. And Q and Shelton, I understand your point, and I understand why you're looking at it this way, and because there's a clear bias that you guys have because you guys saw it one way. When I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, McVay's scared to do anything.
No, I agree. Like I said, I agree.
But you just said that. Why is McVay?
telling.
That's
It
what
was
I'm saying.
telling.
It
Which
was
one
telling
is
to-
it?
No, I'm saying, why was he scared though? Was he scared because he sees something that we don't see?
No, he was. He wasn't. He was scared of Brady. He got conservative.
So you're saying the fear was for Brady, not for
It wasn't
not
of
for
Stafford.
Stafford to
Because
make
Stafford
a mistake.
lit their
See, that's
ass
what
up.
I thought.
Stafford lit their ass up in the whole first half. And the one time he did call a pass play, it was a rollout. He threw it to Cooper Kupp, his guy, and what the fuck Cooper Kupp do? Fumbled the goddamn ball. So if you see your team unraveling, as a coach, I felt like he started to unravel because as well, there's the fumble at the half. There's the snap. Like that whole team got tight and scared. I'm 100% agree. The only person that did was Matthew Stafford, and I felt like Matthew Stafford may have been like, "Yo, just give me a fucking shot." You know, I don't know what was on the sideline, but for me, McVay was clearly tight, and you could see it on his fucking face.
And see now I can take that because, like I said, I was seeing it a different way. That, like I said, I'm looking at it like, dang, this Sean McVay, like he kind of know what he got. And if it's got to be a reason he doing this,
because let's be honest.
And then I want to.
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it from that angle.
Yes, because think about it. McVay knows what he got, but he knows what's on that fucking sideline. It's 7 fucking Super Bowls, and how did he win all of them shits? I ain't trying to give him no time. So yeah, his butthole out of everybody out there, including Cam Akers, he had the tightest butthole.
He did, especially when they blew that. Stafford saved his fucking ass.
He did.
If we really.
There was two players. There was 2 players that saved Sean McVay: Stafford and Von Miller. It was those 2 guys.
McVay had a Kyle Shanahan meltdown on that sideline.
Hey, don't talk negative about my guy.
So Q,
like
what's your retort, brother?
Man, they got that NFC all defensive team. I'm not trying to hear no Matthew Stafford brought the team home. I don't know who brought that trash stat up. But Matthew Stafford got the most comebacks. Tony Romo had the same amount of comebacks. Man, nobody want to hear that. Like when it comes,
has Tony Romo ever been to a championship title game?
Fam, put Tony Romo on this same team, and probably the same thing happened because they both just as good as each other.
If that's the case, you can put Jesus on this team. He would the same
bro,
shit.
Bro,
you can
put any above average QB on this Rams team. Sean McVay is gonna make that QB look great.
That's a lie. We saw it. Jared McGough.
How? Jared Goff is not above average. He's average.
He took him to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff.
And he's on him to the Super Bowl. So, man, yeah, but he's average QB, man.
Yeah, but they had the best running back in the game at the time.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. They got the NFC All-Star team on defense. Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, Aaron Donald. Of course, bro. And I just completely disagree with the fact that they saying that Stafford brought it home and he didn't get tight. Stafford was missing throws in the second half. Y'all didn't see that?
10 the whole game, bro.
How many in the second half?
10 the whole game.
But how many in the second half?
20 out of 38.
Maybe like 2 or 3. I don't know.
67.
How many key throws did he miss in the second half?
He made the fucking key throw.
He made 2 key throws.
Who gives a fuck? Why are we nitpicking on stupid shit like this? Like real talk. Like what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Now we don't give a fuck. So now we won't give a fuck, bro. Y'all are giving Matthew Stafford so much for having this deck stacked. I can't see what y'all are seeing with this whole silence critics.
So why should we respect Brady's last Super Bowl?
Why should we respect Brady's last Super Bowl? What are you talking about?
Because he had clearly a stacked deck.
Okay, what about the 5 before that?
No. We're talking about the last one, Q.
Oh, so now we just gonna take about one. I'm talking about context for his whole career.
We're talking about a stack. You
keep bringing up
brought
this
up
team.
a stack deck.
So Brady beats the best quarterback in the game, and then we're not supposed to care about that. Matthew Stafford beats Brady.
Brady
38 years old.
Sucked in the playoffs last year, and the defense bailed him out.
So now, when Matthew Stafford's defense is all-star level, but that doesn't matter?
But Q, hold on. Are you trying to say that the Rams won because now it was a team effort now. It was a team effort. But it came down to the quarterback having to make plays to win the game.
With 43 seconds.
Yes or no? Answer the question, Q. Don't pull a can on me.
The Bucs defense
wait, hold on.
Terrible.
The Rams game.
Are y'all serious?
Hold on. I want to reframe it for everybody else, including yourself. Did the Rams-Bucs game come down to the Rams quarterback having to make plays to win the game?
Cooper Kupp burned a terrible defense.
See?
The triple crown winner. The triple crown winner burned a terrible defense.
That's not what I'm asking.
And Stafford put the ball on him.
Q, what I am asking is, did the Rams quarterback have to make plays in the last minute of the game to win that game?
After
yes
the coach
or
fucked
no?
up the whole goddamn shit.
Yes or no?
The Rams rallied in the end. The Rams did in fact rally in the end after blowing a lead. To then, Matthew Stafford saved the day after blowing a lead. Yes, that's what happened.
Matt didn't blow the lead. Hey, look, because Q's TV was ahead of mine, and we were chatting in real time. And I looked in the chat also was well damn, because Q was like, Brady about to win this thing in OT. A couple of well damn. And then I saw the play. I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker actually threw. I was like, how the fuck that happened? And the defense coordinator, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. We talk about the Bills fucking up on defense, in the last 13 seconds. Like, why would you do an all-out blitz? Maybe they were probably thinking what y'all were thinking. Oh, we're gonna blitz Stafford and make Stafford
I'm
tight.
saying.
I'm saying. They didn't read the game. Here's the thing, Q. Like, I'm not trying to say that put Stafford on this elite level or anything. I've just, since this thing has happened, trying to understand like the hate against Stafford or the lack of certain respect that this man has had him, because when he was in Detroit, we clearly saw organizational failure, and he didn't have a stat deck. He had one guy, and we saw with a competent coach what he was able to do. We also saw there was a period of time, I don't know if you guys remember this. Remember when they were the comeback cats? Y'all remember they would be down all the time and they used to come back and win all these games late?
The cardiac cats.
Cardiac is whatever. They used to do all this shit with fucking Megatron and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Stafford has always had the ability to play, but it's like we never could really see it because we didn't know who he was. So when he comes to the Ram, and Manny be like, oh, it's overhyped, this, that, and the other. So and they were like, I don't believe it. And I was like, the man can play. You just stuck in the trash organization. And B would tell you that. My issue necessarily isn't with you, Q.
Mine is.
Fully, because I it's whatever. My thing is, because you didn't go into specific details, right, about what you wanted to see Stafford do to change your mind.
Mm-hmm.
This man did.
I did.
I did. Y'all know
I did.
Manny is noticeably absent.
No, what I said was clear. I said that I like to see his back against the wall. I like to see him make a comeback. I like to see if we switch roles with him and what Brady had to go through. That's just what I wanted to see. Okay. But the man played well. I'm not taking that away from him. But did he not just hit all them pinpoints that you just said?
I was going to ask you
every single one. He came back. His back was against the wall. He made every throw he needed to make. Like what else he needed to do?
Game on the line. Game on the line. That was something else Manny said. Game on the line. I want to see
Brady.
Yep.
Yeah, I admitted that. I said he played well. Man, I said I never see the thing about it is I never doubted Stafford's talent. I never said this man was not talented. You listen to what I say. I never say that.
We're not talking.
People always go to the. I'm not talking about his talent thing. I know. Get it damn well. You're not talking about his talent.
I know.
We're talking about the play. We're talking about performance.
What I'm talking about is the quarterback that has played San Francisco and lost the last 6 times. Well, but he played them the last 6 times.
We're talking about the Rams and the Bucs.
And what I'm saying is that game against San Francisco showed me a lot about what he was. And I'm saying y'all keep saying he this, but I saw that.
We talking about the Rams you talking about a regular season ass game.
So that's why
and I'm talking about a man who's going to the NFC title game.
That's why I say what I say. I say what I said because he got to play them again. Shelton, and this is a question for everybody. Is the expectation for a QB is to not have any bad games or throws?
Yes.
No.
For these motherfuckers, yes.
No. He had a bad stretch, which we had quarterbacks with good stretches that ended up bad.
He did. He had a bad stretch. No, Stafford finished the season. He was turning the ball over. Like he had a bad stretch.
And that's it. So I wanted the consistency, and he played well.
Prior to that, he played really, really well.
Oh,
he went through a bad stretch towards the end of the season, but that wasn't indicative of his whole season.
And Cooper Kupp didn't get that triple crown until Stafford got there.
Cooper Kupp was nice though.
You said it yourself.
He wasn't the best wide
He was
receiver in the league.
nice.
He wasn't the best wide receiver in the league.
No, and then
But before this season, would you ever say where was Cooper Kupp on your wide receiver rankings?
Not top
Was
10.
he top 5? Was
He
he top
definitely
3?
was.
he was up there with me because I had him on my fantasy team. But I thought when he tore his ACL, I thought he was pretty much going to drop down the pack. But Cooper Kupp always been talented.
But
Was he
on your list as top 3? Was he on your list as top 3?
That's a rise of a player, and he does have a better quarterback than Jared Goff. Matthew Stafford is much better than Jared Goff. I agree with that.
So again, what else does Matthew Stafford have to do? Because he beat the GOAT of all QB GOATs.
Is it Super Bowl or bust for this team? Because
Yes.
I think so.
They put all the chips in.
So there you go.
But he did what he had to do on the journey to a SB.
So there you go. So the question I asked too is, what if they have a bad game next game? What if he has a bad game next game?
Why are you?
So
because I'm asking a question.
Why are you framing it that way?
Because
you can say that about
asking
anybody.
questions.
What if this player has a bad? Okay, well then they had a bad game. What the fuck we gonna talk about? Them having a bad game.
But that's what I'm saying. So you saying it like he's a ride, but if you have a bad
I didn't
game
say
next
he
game,
was a ride.
if the goal is Super Bowl, and he don't win the Super Bowl,
Stafford was always here. There is no arrival.
He's already been established in the league.
He's an established quarterback.
He was in a bad organization. Look, let's not act like Matthew Stafford ain't throw for 4,500 plus yards and 30 plus touchdowns with and without Megatron. Let's not act like that.
Terrence just said it in the chat. He said at no point did anybody look at any of those Detroit teams and say this is a Super Bowl winning roster or contender.
But we talking about with this team. This team is Super Bowl or bust, correct?
That's what they want to do. They
want
to win the Super Bowl. Their expectation is the Super Bowl. And I'm pretty sure that's Stafford's expectation. Just like when Brady went to the Super Bowl, it was a Super Bowl or bust. Just like this year was supposed to be a Super Bowl or bust.
A few teams had Super Bowl or bust
like who?
this year.
Mahomes
Super Bowl or bust.
Okay, who else?
Green Bay, definitely.
I don't think it was Super Bowl or bust.
But we ain't talking about Dallas, huh?
It was Super Bowl
why
or no A-Rod.
Why we ain't talking about Dallas not living up to Dak living up to the hype?
We can get on that too.
But I ain't bringing
Don't look at me,
now.
Feefo. I said what I say. I said Dak is top 10 at 10.
That's right.
He's more like top 18 at 17.
Don't do that to Dak, man. Come on, man. But no, I want to see. Like I said, I'm interested in seeing this next round. I am, and I'm not saying to prove anything for Matt Stafford to me. Mm-hmm. He had a great game. I admitted that. I said, "Hey, Matt impressed me this past game because I didn't think he was going to be able to show up. I figured that the team would, and I figured that the team would play well, which they did. Mm-hmm. But I didn't think Matt was going to play well. I didn't.
And just to kind of backtrack a little bit because Manny isn't here. He also said the same shit about Josh Allen too. Mm-hmm. Now he's come around on this 365. He was like Josh Allen stepped up.
I got to come around on Josh Allen too. I was talking hella shit.
Yeah, man. So unlike Shelton, Manny is all he's willing to be like, you know what? I just said wrong. No. You're trying to give yourself some leeway for next. Yep, you're hedging it.
I ain't gonna change it.
Because he's gonna bring up that same ass question he brought up just now.
He proved him wrong, and now he's gonna move the goalposts, which is what Shelton does.
Caleb McCoy, Ken, I'm not moving no goalposts. My goalpost stays the same.
No goalposts
Super Bowl or bust. Y'all the ones.
What was your question that you asked? What was the question you just asked?
Y'all the ones that's gonna change.
Shelton, what was that? I'm gonna move on after you say this.
I said y'all are the fair weather fans that switch up.
What was the question you asked us?
And go with the flow. Which one?
What was the question you asked us just recently?
Which one?
About next week's game. What did you say?
I said if he plays bad in the next game, what y'all gonna say then? I'm talking about y'all.
That's not moving the goalposts.
No, I said what y'all gonna say. Y'all the ones that be moving.
I need to go back and listen because I remember when Shelton and Manny was on that bullshit. I remember saying, why does Matthew Stafford have to do all of that to prove that he can play the position or whatever we were debating? And then he went out and did all of that. And now Shelton was like, all right, well, shit, let me see. Manny even said in the chat, beat the Niners. It was like, nigga,
he just beat the Bucs.
Nah, I ain't
not only beat the Bucs.
No, I ain't say one game. I've been saying this whole time they got to win the Super Bowl.
No.
They got superior talent.
You and Manny created a very specific scenario that you wanted to see from Matthew Stafford last week.
And he did it.
And Manny did the same thing for Josh Allen, and Josh Allen did it multiple times in that game against Patrick Mahomes. And he did it. Y'all just never fucking satisfied,
but
bro.
No, I'm saying I said I was wrong about that. I said he played better than I thought.
You say
there you go. I said I want to see this team.
Let's get to
just like Herbert better than Burrow.
I still say that. Let me read
Speaking
the super
of, I like the
Hey, boy,
handle.
hey, Feefo, I love that assist. I love that assist. I can tell you was a
still say
point
that.
guard.
You act
back
like
in
this
the
man
day.
played point
Hey, I
guard.
forgot he played point guard, boy.
I still say that. You said Jameis was the greatest, so you can't even say that about no
Let's
quarterback.
get to Joe Shiesty. That's what they call him in Cincinnati.
Cigar.
Hey, let me
Let
read a couple. We're gonna get to it. Let me just read a couple of these. Rob Costa said, Shelton Manny be like, I need to see Stafford down 25 with 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter and win by double digits before I believe. That's a good one. You're funny, Rob. Rob's a funny guy.
That's what it
Rob's
felt like.
a funny guy.
We got to get 3 onside
You're
kicks.
funny, Rob.
Hey, Matt Stafford is kicking it and trying to get it back. Goddamn, it's only Stafford out there.
Nah, it's quite clear what I said. It's quite clear. I said the same thing I always say.
You can't even repeat what you said.
I just said what I said. I said I want to see the Rams win the Super Bowl. That's what I said.
Were they your Super
They
Bowl
got
pick?
enough talent to win it.
Were they your Super Bowl pick?
No, I said I want to see them do it. They got enough talent. All right. Johnny Mac Zero said 2015 Cam or 2021 Wham.
Ooh.
I'm
never gonna go against the black man, so give me Cam.
2015
Yeah,
Cam.
because 2015 Cam went to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Wham didn't.
Yes, sir.
I'll stick to that.
Cass 2 said, as a Detroit native, Stafford struggling for the Bucs to come back is typical. Yet Stafford going on a game-winning drive to win is also expected.
You know, another quarterback that got a whole bunch of game-winning drives people want to talk shit about is Matt Ryan.
He does. Matty Ice. He got the nickname for a reason.
Rams have the 17th best defense in the league. Stop lying, Q.
17th.
I didn't know that.
Well, they didn't get Von Miller till later, so
yeah, I don't know what the ranking was after they got him, but I mean, that's still,
Yeah, that's scary defense. Regardless, they scare me. Ojaz the Bless said, Q, you were almost right. I'm just gonna go through a bunch of these. Dragon Knight 49 said nobody complained about overtime rules when the Pats beat the Falcons in overtime. Rules are fine. Play some defense.
That's a lie. They did complain about that because people wanted to see Patrick Mahomes get a chance to
said
score.
Falcons and Patriots.
Oh, he said Falcons and Patriots?
Right? Is that's what the question said?
The Falcons.
I forgot how close that game was.
I don't know why I heard Chiefs, Patriots. But
that was the Falcons.
Damn, he might be right. I don't remember.
I forgot it went to OT.
I forgot it went to OT too.
Tigolo said, I did forget that too.
That's a good point.
Tigolo said, Nick deserves his flowers. That rapid reaction Saturday Classic. Congrats to you and your Bengals, fam. I hope you guys get a W on Sunday.
I appreciate that, man.
Going against the almost black man.
You seen his baby?
Oh, man, no. Should I
I'm
be
gonna show you
going
a
against
picture
him
of
too?
his baby. Bro, his baby white as hell.
So I should be going against him too.
I fuck with Patty, but he got a white baby.
He got a white wife.
Marzi is too far. He said, hey, guys, thanks for the best sports combo. What's the next step for the Jaguars this offseason?
Go get Sean Payton.
Anything. Anything.
They're going to be one of my most interesting teams coming into next year.
I'm watching them because I'm watching Trevor Lawrence.
Me too.
Everybody came in with the hype train like this motherfucker was supposed to be this, that, and the third. We seen. I ain't gonna say that.
This draft is gonna be crucial for them though, because they need to get a couple playmakers.
They'll fuck with Trevor.
They'll be getting Travis Etienne back too, and hopefully he will recover nicely. You know, that was his college running mate, so hopefully they'll kind of help him out a little bit. And Robinson will come back too, so we'll see. God, dog, Patty.
He need a DNA.
He need to go get a DNA today. Ain't none of his daddy in that baby.
Ain't none of his daddy. I forgot that baby's 75% white.
I would say they ain't even the 25.
Yeah.
That baby whole milk.
Sometimes they come out like that and they darken over time, but
I don't know.
My kids got 25, but
I don't know how much melanin in that.
You can see both the parents.
I was hella light when I was born. damn near white. You know, I got a little bit of melanin, but that's white.
Damn. That line gone.
Igwe Ike said, how does the Packers have two of the best QBs in NFL history and only have 2 Super Bowls to show for it?
That's a valid question.
That is a super valid question.
That is
coaching
football.
is one.
You said what? Coaching?
Mike McCarthy, we're really seeing how he's. He probably held back Aaron Rodgers from a couple of them.
And I think Brett Favre was too much of a gunslinger for his own good too. Too many interceptions. I think he
went to 2, right?
I think he went to 2.
Yeah.
And I think he leads the NFL in interceptions all time. You know, take that as you want, but a lot of the reason why Favre ain't win was because of Favre.
Yeah. Shoot, they can say that for Rodgers. A couple of these he done blew.
Yes and no. The only thing that in Rodgers' defense, he doesn't turn the ball over. You know what I'm saying? Like he has, for as many pass attempts and yards, he has very low interceptions.
Super low.
You know what I'm saying? So he gives you an opportunity to. We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
That's a long-winded combo.
Brendan Irvin said, who should get more flack? Ryan Tannehill and them interceptions or Aaron Rodgers not getting the job done?
Let's get
Aaron
into
Rodgers.
this Bengals game now that you brought that question up. Bengals Titans. My question is, what should the Titans take away from this season after getting bounced out in the divisional round?
Tannehill's not the answer.
Took y'all that long?
I was saying, that's the biggest takeaway.
I've been saying it.
That's like saying
for
the
a
sky
while
blue.
now.
Yeah, you have.
Who you gonna replace him with?
I don't know.
But see, the thing is, Ken, I think that's the easy answer, and it is the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
But who do you replace him with? Because
That's what I was saying about Baker.
You did.
What?
Keep
You
going.
did say that.
No, keep going.
Oh my God.
He kind of did say that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
remember.
giving him the credit. He said it.
You did say that about Baker, but
Swap him.
let's be honest. Let's be honest though. The Tennessee Titans are in a situation where they have shown that they can win games. The Browns cannot.
Better coaching.
So let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me just ask you this.
You know what? No, we're not gonna get
No. Let me ask you this. No, I gotta ask you. No, Ken.
We're talking
the
about Ryan
worms are
Tannehill.
out of the can. If you swap Baker and Tannehill, what do you think happens?
Tannehill has more experience under his belt. So he's gonna win more games.
I would probably say the same. I'll probably say similar results, but
I think the Browns go to the playoffs, and Tennessee
sure.
and Tennessee's at home.
yeah.
Sure.
The same because of the quarterback.
Mhm.
But
With Kevin Stefanski.
yes,
Hell no.
yes,
Hell
yes. Look,
but anyway, keep going about Tannehill.
The reason why the Browns are technically kind of win now, but the Titans are win now because you have a top 10 running back all time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's still not done. He still got a lot of tread on them tires.
And you got two good receivers.
You got two good
Shit,
receivers, and you have
that foot surgery. That's
Well,
not.
I'm just
That's
saying-
not a lot of tread.
No, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. And then the defense is pretty good. Not stellar.
That defensive line is a monster.
Well, that's because of the Bengals' offensive line.
But they were that going into
They'll make
it.
us a front four.
Yeah, they made it easy.
We'll
but they were that going into it though. I mean, you're right though. That Bengals offensive line gave it to them, but they were already tough going into that game.
So to me, the biggest takeaway, Tannehill is what holds them back. But I think that when they're at 100%, when Derrick Henry can make it through a full season and be ready for the playoffs, I don't think Tannehill holds you back.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, where's the evidence? Because his last
Tannehill
playoff
holds you back.
games, look at him.
He holds you back.
In the
But then
playoffs.
Lamar beat him last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
At home.
Tannehill in the playoffs has been bad.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Like, you know, coming into Q, and you know, maybe that's why Q left, because Q had him going to the Super Bowl. And and I, you know what, and I came around. I was like, you know what, I was wrong about the Titans in terms of the regular season, because they still found a way to win a lot of games, and maybe that's coaching, even without Derrick Henry, because I mean, you have to give him credit where credit's due. So I give him that, but it was just a matter of time when you needed him.
Yeah.
And the defense did their job. They came back thanks to some wait, was there a turnover that got him back in the game? I think it was. It was a pick.
Yeah.
He threw 3 picks.
Yeah. Well, no. Burrow did Burrow have a pick or was it a fumble?
He had a bullshit pick.
Okay.
The one off of P. Ryan.
Yes. Yeah.
It was.
And that's how they got back in the game, because they were like 10 points.
Yeah, they scored like 10 points after that.
Yeah, real quick. So and it was there for the taking. And this motherfucker Tannehill, it was tipped, but you know, some people were saying he shouldn't even threw that ball in that area.
Yeah.
Well, they said, some people said he should have threw it towards the ground instead
low,
instead of in his chest. But shit, after when I saw him throw that pick to Mike Hilton in the red zone.
Oh, the first one? I missed the first pick.
No, the first pick was the first play of the game.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, I missed that too. I had to see the highlights for that. But I was like, damn, because I was like, damn, Cincinnati, why would they receive the ball? They should kick it off. I was like, oh shit, they got a turnover. And then that red zone turnover, to me, that was the game because it was like, if they score, well, there was multiplying, but if they score at least 3 to 7, there's no, you know what I'm saying, walk-off win for Cincinnati. And going for 2 at the line,
that
was the coach. I think we brought that up in the chat. Mike Vrabel gets all this praise. They talking about coach here, all that shit. Nah. Why are you going for 2 when you got Derrick Henry?
That's your game. That's your fucking game. Because it would have been 7-3, like you said. They went for 2 for what?
And then that one play, I can't even remember. Y'all have to forgive me because I can't remember what point in the game it was. But it was like 3rd and 1, and then they ran that little boot.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
It was like some crazy.
I think it was
calls.
supposed to be an RPO, and he kept it or something. I heard there was some mishap, and then they went for 4th down.
They went for it on 4th
with
down with Derrick Henry. Like that should have been Derrick Henry all day.
Yeah, Derrick Henry.
It was just some.
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying Derrick Henry on both downs?
Yes, that's what I meant.
But that 2 point, because if they kick that extra point, they win the game.
And it was unnecessary. I think the thing was like you didn't have to go for 2 at that point. There was no scenario where you look at your sheet and were like, "Oh yeah, this is the moment." So I don't get it, but I don't know if people are talking about that the way they should, because that was a key moment in the game, and it kept it 6-3.
Nah, I know we talking about Tennessee, but we gotta talk about Cincinnati.
We do.
Let me start off by saying, if the first 2 or 3 draft picks are not O linemen, they don't love Joe Burrow. Because what he has to do to get the job done, no other quarterback in these playoffs has had to do. And you have to give Joe Burrow extra credit for the situation that the organization put him in. And I think that you also have to overrate Joe Burrow's performances right now. Bro, 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds into the snap.
He was holding the ball a lot.
I saw that too.
It was a mix. It was a mix. He holds the ball, and the play calling, I hated the play calling.
Yeah, the play calling is not – look, that old line is the most porous thing that I've ever seen out of a playoff team.
But a couple of those sacks, like they were calling – it felt like they were calling a lot of deep plays, and he had to hold the ball. Nobody was getting over.
They do, but it's because where does the talent lie? In that wide receiving core.
Yeah, but the coach you gotta understand. They every time you drop back, it's a sack.
Protect the man. This motherfucker had 9 sacks. There was a play. The nigga got off the line. The offensive lineman went the whole other way, like he was ordering a dinner Jimmy John's for later on. I'm like, bro, when you going 58, come right at Burrow looking at the nigga like he came through like, oh shit, bro, this how y'all doing?
I could have made that say.
Bro, I'm like,
it is bad.
Hey, man.
No. It was just bad.
Hey man, I owe Joe Burrow an apology because Joe Burrow, unlike any other game, they ain't no negatives you can say about him at all in his performance, because without him, they would not be where they are.
No, not at all.
So
my heart, I'm not gonna front, and I'm not a big Cincy fan or something like that, but every time he takes a hit, my heart skips a beat for him.
I do too. He grabbed that leg.
You think your heart skip a beat?
Bruh.
I'm like, motherfucker, Red Fox. Bruh, my man.
What was your experience like? Because God,
that shit was up and down.
Early on, because I brought this up last time. I hate when we settle for field goals. So early on, when I'm looking at like how it was a real defensive, obviously battle. But the sacks was just getting to the point where I was like, why are we not doing check down plays? That hitch route to Uzama was there all fucking day.
Boy to kill him over the middle.
Boy was he's the fucking best slot receiver in the playoffs right now. And he keeps trying to go to Chase. I'm like, bruh, he's taking all these hits. After the first half, I'm like, because Cincinnati has been a good second half team, even in this win. But that first half should have just been like, all right, fuck the script that we got. Let's do these short passing plays. Let's open up this fucking front four a little bit, not only for the receivers, but for Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon couldn't really get shit for real until the second half when he busted out that shit. So my whole time, I'm just like, this is where we end. This is where the season ends. Because I was thinking that we got over the hump as far as that playoff game. I was really I didn't really
That was
care.
what you
Yeah,
wanted.
that's what I wanted. The only thing I was really worried about was later on that this weekend was just for Patty to win. That was it. Outside of that, I was just happy with the Bengals being in the divisional round. But I knew we had some chance to beat Tennessee because really Tennessee doesn't really scare me offensively. And I think I was reading a lot of the athletic as far as that matchup. And there was pundits picking like, oh, yeah, it's going to be 34-31 Tennessee. And the motherfuckers in the chat like, bro, where y'all seeing all these points from? Tennessee is a slow starting team when it comes to offense. So when it was close, we were up like, what, 16-6? And I was like, we could really just shut them out. We almost shut them out for real. And when that fucking pick happened, or what the refs called, I was like, all right. The refs
Was that a pick?
No.
I don't think it was. I just think it wasn't enough evidence to overturn it.
Well, because of what they called on the field. On the field, they called it interception.
Yeah, that's why he said you couldn't.
You know what I'm saying? But to me, in the midst of catching the ball, the tip hit the ground. So therefore, it nullifies it being a true catch because the ground aided in catching the ball. In my opinion,
that was my opinion too. But like you said, based off the call, it was just too close. But after that, literally they scored a touchdown to AJ Brown, and I'm like, all right, this is where the bullshit happened. But thank God for Ryan Tannehill. I gotta set him. I gotta send him a care basket because he gifted me the best gift of the season with that last. Because I'm thinking, man, that drive was like, all right, this is where Tennessee takes it down the field, kick the field goal to win. That's how the Bengals go home. When E.I. Apple, who was a former Giant, made a play.
Yeah,
and then and Logan Wilson, underrated linebacker. I'm gonna tell you about Logan Wilson now. Underrated linebacker. He's gonna be one of the ones coming up in the next couple of years. I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic when we had the Mike Hilton interception. I thought he was gonna take it to the house.
I did too. I don't know what he was.
He was tired. He was just because Mike Hilton. He said it after. I think he had a pick six in one of the. I think in the Steelers game in the regular season. He was like, "That was my first pick six ever in my career." I'm talking about all the way back in high school and all this shit.
Oh wow!
So I don't think he's used to getting turnovers like that. So he was just happy as hell to have a fucking ball. He ran like a little kid down the field. But I just got to give credit to the defense because the whole time going into as far as Cincinnati, the whole time going into the game. We lost one of our defensive tackles. We didn't know if Henderson was going to come back because of the concussion. They showed the fuck up. Julio Jones, even though he's not Julio, but he's still Julio Jones, a big receiver. AJ Brown, still a great receiver. The lock up Derrick Henry like that. Granted, he had a touchdown, but he was really non-existent.
Yeah, I felt him coming back was going to hurt Tennessee.
Really?
I really did. I felt
Foreman.
Because they had gotten the rhythm with the guys that they had, and you're gonna try to when you bring a guy back like that was your complete offense coming off an injury. He ain't played all this time. You're gonna try to force feed him the ball, and you're more concerned with getting him involved than you are running the sets that you've been running. And I felt like that was gonna hurt Tennessee. That's kind of what swayed me. Like some people were like, if he come back, they got a chance. For me, if he come back, they don't have a chance.
But, so a takeaway or. The original question, what do we take away? And I agree with you with the Tannehill thing. But the other thing to me watching these Tennessee Titans was they don't have a guy to take it over the top because there was one play where A.J. Brown was open and Tannehill threw it. And he overthrew him, but he only overthrew him because A.J. Brown don't got wheels like that.
I saw that play too. I was like, if that was a perfect ball, that's a tub.
You know what I'm saying? Almost anybody else with a little bit more speed would have caught that because Tannehill threw a really good ball. You could just tell Brown don't got the wheels to go get it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that was one of the things I took away because I'm like, okay, Tennessee is in a win now situation. And I'm not saying Tannehill gives you the best opportunity to win, but who do you replace him with? And we can go into the bigger shit another time, but who do you replace him with? And my thing is because he's not the semi-truck that's going to put the trailer on and pull this shit where it needs to go. He needs everything. So they need a speedster. Yeah. When I'm looking at that offense, that's the biggest thing that they're devoid of. I'm not scared. Nobody said, hey, you got to play that man 10 yards back. Nobody does that on that team. If they have that, I think it adds a different dimension because now you can't always load up that box the way you do.
Yeah. I think when we talk about that game, I thought Tannehill definitely blew early. I really honestly didn't know he was going to blow it late. I was surprised he actually threw that pick because I thought they were going to be a little bit safe. Thought maybe the Bengals were a little deflated after blowing a 10-point lead that quickly. But I was curious to see what Burrow does when he gets the ball back because he had been struggling to move the ball all game long with the way they were playing it. The most notable thing he said to me was when he was like, I knew what coverage they were playing, and I knew I would get a chance if they were playing that coverage to get the ball to Jamar Chase. That's a guy that understands the game, and he damn near executed it. And they gave him the look he was looking for, and he delivered in the clutch. These are the moments that we talk about,
Right?
And he hit him spot on. And then I think they ran it a couple of times to get in the field goal range.
Yeah.
And then shout out to the kicker. Like that motherfucker was
drilling
them.
He was
Shooty
McPherson.
McPherson.
I'm talking about every
Shooty.
kick.
Call him Shooty McPherson. That's why
when
they do the little game.
I had no questions
Bang,
about
bang.
this kick when I saw that first one he kicked. I was like, God, I don't know what about that kick, but it just looked too perfect.
People clowned us for drafting him in the fifth round. They was like, you drafted the fifth
And
round, and you don't get no offensive lineman, all that. So
and
for
it
me, it was
proved to
like
be the smartest thing.
you mentioned as far as like next year's draft, if they don't get an old lineman, they don't love Joe. I think they love Joe based off of this year's draft because he had a choice. I think they talked to him. I remember reading something where they talking about, do you want Chase or do you want an offensive lineman? He said, give me Chase.
There you go.
That shows you that they already fucked up with his knee and shit. So they probably felt bad and they owed it to him. So they gave him his pick. And obviously he chose right. But obviously going into next season, the whole draft is offensive line, defensive line probably. But for me, it's the fact that he got sacked 9 times, still threw over 300
Yes.
300 yards. Damn near 350 yards.
That's what.
And I'm like, if he doesn't get sacked, that's probably a 500-yard game.
Oh, 100. 100.
Yep. And that's what I said. Even he had no touchdowns and 1 interception. I was like, that's still one of the best quarterbacking games I've ever seen on this level. So I'm like, man, that was huge. And whether they won or lost, he still would have my respect after this game because he fought. And that makes a difference to a team. I say it all the time. If you keep getting up, that you keep getting knocked down, getting up, your teammates are seeing this. They watching you.
The defense get tired too. Yeah. It's like, damn, bro, we gotta cover these
keep
niggas, and we gotta keep coming.
Yeah.
He ain't doing shit.
Yeah, it's like a fight. If it's like a boxing match, you boxing somebody, you keep giving your best shot, and they still getting up. That'll take everything out of you, and that's what happened, and it paid off. It looked great.
And you look at him on the sideline, he never gets bothered. Like, he just looked unfazed. Like, he just moves on to the next play.
So Aqib Talib was talking about this game as well. And he was saying something about when he was on his Rams team, how, he was extremely confident and, you could be very talented. And he was like, he was the Jamar Chase of his Rams team, where you see Jamar out there doing all of these things. Like, damn, he confident. But the one guy that's more confident than him is Joe Burrow. And that's partly why Joe is having the type of season that he's having, because the talent is there. I always question the arm talent and stuff like that. I'm like, is he special? I always knew he had the moxie about him, but is he special? And you're seeing the specialness. It derives from that confidence. Like, I'm better than you. And you know what? It was the comment he said last week. When they asked about not having an O-line, he said, well, I don't care if the D-line gets through. I'm going to make him miss, and I'm going to go make a play. Well, God damn, you ain't got no wheels, bro. And you ain't got the biggest arm in the game, but you are so confident in your ability that your 300-pound ass, yeah, I'm going to shrug you off.
And it also goes to the fact of, like, he has multiple times where he can shit on the offensive line. He could be one of them QBs that be like, like how Rodgers do sometimes. You throw motherfuckers on, or like Big Ben do sometimes. You throw motherfuckers on the bus. He like, bro, I gotta do my job. They have theirs, but I still have to do mine.
They ain't getting no Rolex
because he's young right now. wait until about year 8, 9. Joe Burrow gonna be throwing all them all that.
By next year.
If we still dealing with this by year 8, 9, then yeah.
If we dealing with this next year, it's gonna be a problem because if you get him hurt, you can't keep getting up from this. So you got, like you said, you said it perfectly. You got to address it.
You got to address it.
But yeah, they're not getting the watches for Christmas. They ain't getting that.
They're not.
No.
I don't want Joe Burrow to become Andrew Luck. And that is the trajectory that he's on. Amazing fucking talent, could win with whatever. You could strip all them wide receivers off. off of that roster. I'm not saying that they make the playoffs, but fuck, they're going to be in every game because of Joe Burrow, with or without an O-line. Joe Burrow is that damn good. And he's proven that to me. And you know, I've been a Joe Burrow supporter, but to me, this game just elevated him.
Me too.
But they got to get an O-line, bro.
Yeah. Did you watch him much when he was at LSU?
Some of the bigger games.
I did. And that's how I knew. I was like, nah, man. I mean,
he threw 60 touchdowns.
We talked about it on here. So
that's when my hate started.
I hope that
it was because he was good.
I hope that Herbert talk is dead now.
It's not. It's still not. Now I'm not giving up on that.
No, Herbert's still there. Herbert's still the guy.
Herbert to me still has better natural talent. He's bigger arm, faster, mobily. Like he has more ingredients.
But he got to catch Burrow at this point.
I don't think so.
He
does.
Why?
Because
didn't they go to the playoffs last year?
Because Burrow has proven he's a winner now. That's the separator. Yeah. That's the separator.
The Chargers, no,
Herbert has a better team around him, and he hasn't gone as far as Burrow has.
Same
conference. But coaching though.
I still don't say that's a better team necessarily.
What? The Chargers are not a better. They're definitely a better team.
Overall,
offensive
better
line.
O-line,
we'll
O-line is better.
Defensive line, Joey Bosa, better.
D-line better. They have a better overall team.
I'll give you that.
I think is Burrow has definitely taken a step forward, but we know sustained success, right? And Herbert's talent is undeniable, and what he's able to do and win games is undeniable as well. So I think he's right there. I just think the organizations are in two different spots. So, and I think they'll be, competing. But I think Burrow's in a good spot right now to definitely own that division for he should be making for the next 5 to 8 years.
I ain't going that far.
No,
look at Lamar Jackson.
Who?
You still got. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Ken. Not on this platform. You saying that to.
Hey man, that's crazy how soon we forget, ain't it?
Boy, the MVP.
I didn't hear the MVP. That's why I said who. I didn't hear
Lamar Jackson.
No, I feel you. What was my grief always with Lamar? How good of a thrower of the football? He proved it. I said it. I'm still on record. But Joe Burrow is a better thrower of the football.
That's fine. He still has to go through the Ravens.
True. But where the Bengals are right now, literally they're an O-line away from dominating.
Lamar got 2 or 3 years left, bro.
But
I don't know about that.
Let me ask you this though. Right. You think if Lamar's didn't have so much injury and attrition this year, you think they would have been better?
Lamar breaking down, y'all.
I think
I know they would have been better. They was 8-4 going in the first 12 games.
Yeah, and he had nobody. The cover was bare.
If the Ravens can address wide receiver, which they have tried, they brought in Sammy Watkins.
Your guys there, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're trying to address it. Obviously, tight end is good. You got the speedster over the top, but that bona fide number one guy,
they still don't have it.
They don't have that.
Rashad Bateman could be something.
He could be that.
Mm-hmm.
I like
him. If Lamar
he ain't there yet, though.
But yeah, and here's the thing: he's not a Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson.
He was out a lot this season.
He was.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, he got hurt.
He missed the start of the season.
But my thing is this, right? Like when you look at the Justin Jeffersons and the Jamar Chases of the world, they come in year one, boom, that guy.
Yeah,
they're the guy. If Rashad Bateman was that guy, he should be that guy.
No. Bateman, I think Bateman got it. I think it's I'm not gonna say Lamar. I'm gonna say the OC. So we need to see what the offense coordinator.
I've been calling out that OC the last 2 seasons.
Now I will tell you this though: the top 3 receivers for the Bengals are better than all the receivers that he has.
I got a question for you. Does T. Higgins drop balls like that? Because he dropped a big third and 5.
I saw that.
But not normally though.
Me and my homies was no disrespect to T. Higgins, but he was like he making that he's taking up professional decisions because I saw some of them catches. He was like, I'm getting down right now, boy. Like,
I know.
I ain't Chase. I wasn't a top 5 pick. I'm a second round nigga.
Yeah, I didn't watch him a lot.
Tyler Boyd can take them hits.
Yeah, he had a lot of questionable decision making at key points in the game. When he dropped that pass, I'm like,
but to me, T. Higgins is like he gets acquired 100 yards.
I know, yeah.
Like you'll be like everybody worried about Chase, everybody looking at the highlights.
He took advantage of it.
This motherfucker get about 5-6 catches, 100 yards, don't say nothing.
So where's Tyler Boyd? They don't work him to the offense like that?
I think Tyler Boyd, that he did take a step back, and I think he did acknowledge that, but he's the veteran in this locker room. Yeah. So he took that challenge on
and Joe Burrow said,
because AJ Green took him under his wing. And then people have done that. It's kind of like a passing down for the wide receiver.
And Joe Burrow said he doesn't have the speed or the talent of the other two, but he's always going to be in the right place. So if you notice, he can hit him. Like I said, he's like over the middle. He's always going to be where you need him to be.
But they are scheming him in.
Yeah, he's just not a top target.
He's a third option.
Because he used to be cooking motherfuckers. He
got us to win against Denver that we needed when he had that touchdown. So I think Burrow trusts him, and he threw him, and he got a touchdown against the Chiefs in that game as well.
Okay, I didn't know if they were working.
It's just that he gets there. He's the third option.
Chase first.
Yeah, I don't know if he was working him.
Then we're gonna look for
T. But if Boyd is your third option, that means you got a great crop.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
exactly.
So I'm saying that all year.
They just missing the O-line. Literally, run game, pass game, quarterback, wide receiver.
And if they get a run game, Joe Mixon had over 1,200 yards with that O-line.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a fucking. We see what Nick Chubb's do with a fucking O-line. Give Joe Mixon O-line. We probably talking about a 1,500, 2,000 yard back.
And P. Ryan rounded his own too.
P. Ryan can kick rocks. Before we get to more super chats, let me get to these picks, these recaps of the picks. So in the divisional game of the playoffs, Ken went 3-1.
Oh shit! I was terrible.
Shelton went 1-3.
I was terrible.
Feefo went 2-2, 500, and I went 3-1. Manny went 3-1 as well.
I should have been fucking 3-1.
I'm picking NCAA bracket right now.
So right now we have the overall record is Ken top dog 46-24. Feefo's number 2 45-23. I'm in third place 42-28, and Shelton, you're in last place 41-24.
I didn't know these were.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do the playoff joke.
No, we combining them. Yeah.
Okay, I would have been picking a little different then. So
I was too. Yeah, they trying to be slick, man.
I don't got time to calculate all separate brackets and all that shit.
Hey, all we trying to do is pick wins and losses,
man. Exactly.
Shit, what you mean? You gonna pick different, man?
This
wins and losses, man.
Moving forward,
because I gave away. Damn, 2 because I picked. Yeah. Well, I gave away 1 clearly because I picked against Brady.
Yeah, just to be.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, this pick and next week's pick or next
these are real.
These are the they get counted twice too. This is double jeopardy round now we in.
Okay.
Oh hell no!
Yeah. Double jeopardy
your pick right.
Nah, he trying to find a way
to catch up.
Yeah. That's how we do it. All right, so for the conference title, Cincinnati at Kansas City. Who y'all got? Ken.
Give me the Chiefs.
All right. Damn. Shelton, who you got?
Kansas City.
Feefo, who you got?
Kansas City.
Hey, you already know who I got.
Who you got, Nick?
Got the Bengals.
I wanted to say it.
I picked Kansas City as my Super Bowl pick, so
you want to stick with
on the show it's Kansas City. But I'm gonna have all Bengals. I'm gonna have all Bengals gear.
I wanted him to say it.
I'm gonna have all Bengals
you
gear.
Wrong,
I'll be so happy to be wrong that day. Y'all can talk shit about me all day. Nick, you can't pick the shit. You damn right.
Man, I don't know, man. This game, I got a feeling, man.
It's a magical season for Cincinnati.
I got a feeling, bro.
And Joe Burrow ain't scared of shit.
And that defense, the way that defense got cooked, man, I got a feeling. But
to me, it's all about. And I said this earlier in the season about when everybody was coming on Patty as far as like talking shit. I was like, Patty's fine. He just got to stop throwing picks.
Yeah.
If he throw 1 or 2 picks in this game, it's a wrap.
It's that Arrowhead. I think this is going to be payback for that.
For that last loss. That's what I was thinking about, that loss. And then if Honey Badger comes back okay, that kind of it don't fix everything on the defense.
But it makes it better. I was going to be more scared if we faced the Bills and the Chiefs actually. Because the Bills is a monster that we don't know. Mm-hmm. At least we faced the Chiefs. We saw that we could beat them. Mm-hmm. So we have confidence even more confidence going in.
And the Bills are way tougher on defense where the Chiefs aren't. But the difference is you got to outscore the Chiefs. Now, the Bengals have the firepower to do it, but can you keep Joe Burrow up enough to do it? That's my only question.
Well, against this defense.
But then again, you can't say that, though, because them boys come.
Exactly.
They be coming. Chris Jones and Melvin Ingram and those guys.
That's true. They got an Allen a few times.
Because the best part of that Chiefs defense is that front.
Yeah.
And if you can get to Joe Burrow and keep them sacked up, it makes Joe Burrow's life so much more difficult.
Right. And then Josh Allen can move. I mean, Joe Burrow can move.
But not like Josh Allen.
He ain't getting out of that like Josh Allen can. So saying that's the only thing is the timing. The defense will have, you got a lot less time with them boys coming in your face. Like if you play the Ole defense with Kansas City, defensive line is going to be a little different story.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That man said that Ole defense.
The next game is San Francisco versus Los Angeles Rams at LA. Who y'all got? Shelton.
The Rams. I say that because
trying to jinx them.
He trying to jinx the fuck out of
No,
him.
I'm saying it because San Francisco's beat them. Like I said, they beat them twice this year. It's gonna be hard to beat them 3 times. You can't beat them boys 3 times.
Just cooking
He's
this
trying
shit
to
up.
set it up for next week. That's all the shit.
You know what?
How you lose to that one team 3 times?
No,
That's
no.
Stafford and trash.
How you lose to Jimmy G?
No, I'm gonna say I was wrong because this is what I truly feel. I'll say I was wrong, but I really don't think they can beat them. I just don't think they beat them 6 times in a row though, but which is hard to believe.
That is true.
But it's gonna be hard. It's hard to beat teams 3 times.
It is.
FIFA, who you got?
Give me the Rams.
Ken?
That's your Super Bowl pick, so I know you're going Rams. I'm gonna go Rams too. I think that defensive line and Jimmy G is gonna cause some problems. Donald and Von Miller and these other guys. I think that's gonna be the difference in the game.
You know what else too, Ken? As good as the 49ers defense is, I think the Rams can score more easily on them than the 49ers can score on the Rams.
Yeah, and I was thinking about how that Niners defense has stepped up and what they did against Aaron Rodgers last week, again against Dak, and what they could potentially do in this matchup, but just a different set of weapons. Now, I don't know what McVay's going to do with the run game. Like, is he going to trust Akers?
Nah, I would give it to Sony Michel. After seeing that Akers shit, I'm like, you just got back and you clearly ain't 100%.
Well, I look at it like this. I look at it from a standpoint when the 49ers played the Cowboys. They did a really good job there. Against the Green Bay Packers, they did another good job. But like we mentioned, Aaron Rodgers wasn't necessarily spreading the ball around. We know with the Rams, obviously Cooper Kupp is going to eat first and foremost. But them other guys, you got to guard them guys.
Y'all see that catch OBJ had on the sideline?
Ooh, that's vintage.
Baker, where you at?
That's bro.
Where you at, Baker?
If OBJ gets to a Super Bowl in the same season that he left the Browns,
that'll be crazy if he
Man.
wins.
Yeah, Baker.
But I don't think he will because we all picked Kansas City and Los Angeles to get to the Super Bowl. So that means we're gonna see a 49ers Cincinnati, I guess, rematch for the history books.
Not 49ers. We all picked the Rams.
No, I'm saying like because of that.
I got you.
We all picked Kansas City. We all picked the Rams.
I got you.
It's probably not gonna happen. But no, I just think my only reason is that the only thing that I give the 49ers somewhat credit is the fact of I give the Rams somewhat credit is the fact that I think the injuries are finally going to catch up to the Niners. Deebo was even limping a little bit after that game.
Yeah,
after that 10-yard run he had, obviously it iced the game, but he came away hurt. And what receiver is going to go one-on-one with Ramsey? What receiver, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they can't win their one-on-one matchups.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how they're gonna score because they couldn't even score on Green Bay's defense, and I think the Rams have better defensive front and secondary.
But I think a lot of the ineptitude that the 49ers had a lot to do with the weather.
Yeah,
not saying
it
only.
But I was thinking that too.
Yeah, they couldn't because bro, George Kittle don't miss passes.
But then they kind of struggle offensively against the Cowboys too, right?
They only ran the ball. Jimmy G ain't he hasn't thrown a passing touchdown yet in these playoffs.
Look,
I was gonna say they struggled against the Rams, and we talking 2 weeks ago. Before that, they struggled in the first half. They came back and played well in the second half, but
they're a second half team.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that they're a freaking offensive juggernaut that they're trying to wake a sleeping giant. Not at all. But I think what we saw in Green Bay, they can score more than 13 points.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Game. You know what I'm saying? Overall.
Well, you mean more than 3.
3 offensively. But I'm just talking about as a team, I think they can score more than 13 points, especially because who has home field?
The Rams.
The Rams. They're in the dome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's going to be a lot of Niners. Oh, you're talking about the dome, but there's
the dome. Just weather. I'm just talking weather. I'm not saying that the Niners are going to go out here and score 40. But I definitely think the Niners could come out here and score 24-27. And if they play good enough defense, that should be good enough to win. I just think the Rams can outscore them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Hey, we need to have a bonus round where we pick the MVP.
You just trying to catch up, ain't you?
Yeah.
All right. Those are our postseason picks. So for the title game, we'll be back next week to see who's in the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir. Let me read a couple of these super chats we got right here. Josh Bros, what's happening, Josh? I'm sure y'all were getting into this. We're a little behind. I'm sorry about that. I'm sure you were getting to it, but I just got to say this. Number 1 seed, MVP, 10 points, no TDs, 1 Super Bowl in 12 years, overrated. Sincerely from a salty Bears fan.
But I bet you that salty Bears fan will take A-Rod in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's for sure. Over just about anybody. Drink more water. What's happening? How about those games? Has there ever been a weekend like this where every game came down to a walk-off win? Best set of games for a neutral fan. 100%.
Yep.
100%. This is one of the best. Weekend. This is one of the best seasons because at some point, almost everybody was in it or had something to be excited about. At some point this year, probably every team had a reason to be excited.
100%.
It's funny you said that because last week everybody was saying the wild card round was shitball.
It was. It was.
But now we're talking about, this is the best season.
Well, when you look at the macro of it, Shelton's 100% right because there's a lot. We thought the Cardinals were for real, and then all of a sudden they fell the fuck off of a cliff. Like I think this is exactly what the NFL wants, right? Like a team that was last place could be first place.
Correct.
The parity in the league has never been greater than right now. And then the other thing too, in terms of the storylines of the NFL, look at all of these young quarterbacks fucking balling, bro.
Correct. The
AFC is back.
That's what, for real.
It's probably the strongest conference.
You know why? And we thought it was a 2-horse race. We all thought it was we thought it was Patty against Lamar forever.
Yeah, 2 years ago it was just Patty and Lamar.
Yep. But you gotta look at the NFC dominated, you know what I'm saying, for a very long time. The AFC were trash. They got the higher draft picks.
Yeah.
Now all of these quarterbacks are starting, you know what I'm saying, to fucking percolate. And you looking at Josh Allen, Lamar, Herbert, Burrow, Patty. Like Patty legit got 5-6 other QBs that like any given year they can beat you, dog. Like you got to stay on top of your A game.
Basically, he should have lost that game against Buffalo.
He really should.
Like I'm still shocked, but I still, I don't know how we gonna win in Kansas City, but it's gonna be a hell of a game. I'm fine with whoever wins that game, honestly.
Yeah, it's possible.
I put it to you like this, right? Like nobody here is gonna say that none of those quarterbacks are better than Pat Mahomes, but we will all say they can go toe to toe with Pat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because of that defense.
Because of that defense, but the talent of those quarterbacks. Like we're not denying Herbert. We're not denying Joe Burrow. We're not denying Lamar. We're not denying none of those guys. If those guys get in an opportunity to go against Kansas City,
they all beat Kansas City this year. All the ones you named beat him.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, ain't
it? So it's no longer where we feel that Kansas City is a juggernaut. Like they have legit competition. They have legit, and we didn't think about that going in. So the parity in the league right now, man, is amazing. Amazing.
Let me see what else we got real quick. Weedham Boy said, with this playoff loss, Rodgers' legacy took a hit, even though he'll win his 4th MVP next week. Y'all think so?
Yeah, I think the legacy took a hit. I think obviously he'll still go down as he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
100.
No question. So I don't think that legacy took a hit. But as far as his, I guess, reputation in the league, it's like, he's beatable.
You know what, man? I honestly have to say no. And the reason why I say no is because when it's all said and done, nobody's going to mention this particular game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it'll be maybe a microcosm, you know what I'm saying? Like how we talk about, Peyton Manning was the greatest regular season quarterback, right? We'll box it in like that. But does it really hurt Peyton Manning's rep? Peyton Manning still regarded as one of the greatest to ever do it.
But that's what I was asking in the chat too. We always talk about Dan Marino with such great praise. But we look at like a Rodgers gets killed. Dan Marino didn't win nothing.
No, he didn't.
So
social media.
What was the difference?
Social media.
Yeah, that's what Ken said. It was a different time and era. So back then, he was praised for being Dan Marino, not for being Super Bowl champion.
But
Dan
also,
Marino.
you know what? Dan Marino ushered in a new era of quarterbacking. We hadn't seen that. So I think he got a lot of leeway because he had very early success. Yeah, he never won nothing, but he was always productive. You know what I'm saying? And let's be honest, a lot of the reason why Marino ain't win was because his teams were trash. I grew up a Miami Dolphin fan. Name me outside of OJ McDuffie and Irving Fryer.
I like Clayton and Duper.
Clayton Duper.
Mark Duper was nice.
Okay, Irving Fryer and OJ McDuffie. And what running back did he have? Who was the one that scored all them touchdowns but didn't get no fucking yards?
They had O.J. Simpson, didn't they?
Who?
I forgot who his running back was.
I can't remember his name, but he scored a lot of touchdowns. He came from the Bears. He was a very shifty guy. I can't remember, but he scored a lot of touchdowns, but he didn't get no yards. Less than 1,000 yards, but he had like 15 touchdowns. But either way,
nice on Tecmo Bowl though.
Yeah,
like he had good. He didn't even have good defenses. Like
I think those teams were good.
My thing with Rodgers, you brought up Payton Manning. I like at least Payton went to 3 Super Bowls and was 2 out of 3. With Rodgers,
how many did he go as a Colt?
He went to 2
as a Colt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He faced the Bears, then he
went
lost
to 2 as a Bronco. He lost 1 and won 1.
Well, he went to 4 Super Bowls.
He went to 4?
He lost 2.
He went to 2 as a Colt?
Yeah, he lost to the Saints. That's how Drew Brees got his title.
He lost to the Saints.
Remember he threw a pick 6?
I know he lost to the Saints. What was the other one?
Chicago.
He lost to Chicago. He won. That's his first Super Bowl.
He beat Chicago.
That's how Tony Dungy got his first Super Bowl.
Damn, Payton played in 4 Super Bowls?
Yeah. People forget about that shit. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like when we
I thought it was 3. I thought it was 1 with the Colts and 2 with the Broncos.
I thought he was 1 and 1.
Yeah, he's 2. He's 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Damn, he played in 4 Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm. Who did they play with the Broncos?
That's
I know he played
fucking crazy, but you're right.
He played
Seattle.
Because I remember when he won that shit, I was like, oh.
Remember that first play when Demaryius Thomas caught that shit and what?
The game was over.
Cam Chancellor.
That was the game right there. And then we got a fire-ass halftime show by Bruno Mars. That's the only thing I remember. The halftime show was better than the game.
That shit was over when Cam came up and made that fucking
Russell
big
played
hit.
in 2.
Yep. Well, here's the thing. I definitely think that if Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, depending on the team he goes to, he can go to more Super Bowls, especially staying in the NFC.
It might be a Green Bay thing, man.
It could be.
I'm starting to. I don't want to say that, but I just got to see where he lands.
I ain't trying to give him an out. I'm just saying that,
because I see him more going to the AFC than staying in the NFC.
You saying he needed the opposite of what I was saying about some of those guys, meaning like he needed somebody else to make the plays, somebody else to be a star one time.
You know what, Nick? This is what concerns me about A-Rod coming to the AFC, is that when I look at the other young, productive quarterbacks in the league, those teams are more well-rounded than the teams that would be able to accept Aaron Rodgers. Now, if he brings Devontae Adams with him to the Steelers with that defense that's still, relatively good.
That's what I
want
to
saying?
See.
Okay, yeah, he could compete. And especially in that AFC North, yes. You know what I'm saying?
What about the Raiders? What if they swap quarterbacks?
To me, that's like it's not special.
If Devontae Adams goes,
to be in a division with Herbert and Patty, and that would be a phenomenal.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, great as a fan, but when I'm talking about that roster, what
3-1 versus Brady in title games?
Huh?
Tigolo pointed out 3-1. People talk about shit on Payton, but he's 3-1 versus Brady in title games. He did lose some games before the title games.
Yeah, he probably lost a lot in the divisional rounds.
In those title games, though, he definitely won 3 of those 4 matchups.
And you know who got a winning record against both Brady and Payton?
Joe Flacco?
Nope. The other white boy, Phillip Rivers. People forget about Phillip.
Yeah, but
I'm thinking
about the Jets.
Because they show one of the back this year. The coach kept calling, "What you doing?"
Dang, Big Ben played in 3, right?
The coach stayed in that inbox. Hey, Big Head.
He won his first 2, lost the last one.
Manning in 4, Big Ben in 3, Rodgers 1.
Eli got 2.
Eli played in 2. Russell Wilson played in 2.
Aaron Rodgers
only played in 1
You said
Super
it right
Bowl.
though. He still got time after his dash. He still got time to.
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers has a 2 to 5 year window, and that window just depends on how long he wants to play.
I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole and look at all of the Super Bowls and look at like the great quarterbacks and see how many have played in multiple
Well, Tom
Super
Brady
Bowls.
been in 10.
I ain't went. No, I don't need to look at his shit.
Well, I'm just saying that's half of everybody else that you just named.
We're going to end the show. I ain't talking about Brady.
Yeah.
We got a couple more super chats. Nick M said, "Why do people ignore that Sean Payton had hella control over the roster and team and went like 4 years in a row with Breeze?" I can't remember what. Josh with Jericho. What's up, Josh? Josh said, NFC West equals best division.
Yeah.
Who wins? Niners versus Rams 3. We answered that one. Josh Bros asked, if Broncos get a QB, could you see Payton going there?
Payton?
Sean Payton.
Oh.
Who? Say that one more time. What team?
That's a big if.
No.
If the Broncos get a QB.
Nah, he ain't
that whole roster is different now.
But they say that's one of the best rosters available.
Offensively.
They say even defensively.
They
say that team
I
is
say
stacked.
defensively more than offensively.
Y'all
but
think so?
That's what they say. I got to go back and look at it again, but I saw that several times.
They got Patrick Surtain. They still got Bradley Chubb. They have I'm trying to think. I gotta go through the roster. But they got some studs. They got some studs on
a lot of people say that's the best available roster.
Best available is different from
best.
Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, best. I'm talking about best of the open jobs.
Yeah.
Patrick Surtain might be a top 5 corner in the league.
Top 5. I gotta watch some tape. I didn't watch the Broncos.
He's nice now.
I'm not saying he not. I love his dad. Dolphin fan, okay? So I know about some Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison on the other side. Sean Marion to say, hey, look, beginning versus you just become that.
We can talk about this later, but
we can.
Yeah. I agree with Ken on that because I think that the expectations are there in his place in history. So he's elevated to the top tier of quarterbacks, regardless of where he came from. It's just like Brady came from. You say that we can't count Brady because Brady came out of nowhere. So in saying that, once Breeze became one of those guys, like, leading passer in history type situation, you got to look at his accomplishments along the way to rank him.
But Breeze has MVP, right? Breeze has multiple passing titles. Even though he didn't win a lot of Super Bowls and he only played in one, he had a lot of the accolades along the way. So I don't know, Ken.
Right, all those accolades, and he escaped criticism. Go ahead.
His granddaddy was watching over him.
He did. That's what it
was. But I got to dip, y'all.
Alex Hayes said, y'all think Rodgers out of the playoffs? Y'all think with Rodgers out of the playoffs, is there any indictment on McCarthy when the Packers won that Super Bowl?
It's a whole bunch of it's an indictment on McCarthy losing this damn game.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? They had not. Look, I'm gonna just leave it there. I ain't gonna keep talking about that bum ass coach.
I got you, Tigolo. Tigolo said, McPherson got big balls. Kickers matter in January. Yes, sir, they do.
Yep.
Kickers matter. Kickers matter year round now, boy. These kickers, These kickers are football players now. They used to didn't be football players.
Matt Gay missed one in that game. We forgot about that.
Yeah,
he missed that. He missed the 40-some yarder that he normally makes, but he came back and made the one that mattered.
Made the one that counts. Drink More Water said, are we going to look back at this season as the changing of the guard in the NFL? This playoffs has been full of young head coaches and QBs. Breeze retired. Brady, Rodgers, and Big Ben all may retire.
Ben is gone. I think Brady is close. Rodgers,
he's not
still thinking about it, but I don't think he's going anywhere.
Neither.
So yes, this is a changing of the guard. Yep. Look at who's left.
Yeah, Brady. I don't think Brady going nowhere.
I think Stafford is like one of the ones that's kind of
older.
Next,
he's J. Cole. He's in between.
Yep,
he's in between the youngins and the old guys.
Yep.
Abel K said, if the Ravens don't make moves to improve the team around Lamar, they're going to be this generation's Chargers with Philip Rivers. Good comparison.
I agree.
Yep.
A good team, but not good enough to compete with the big dogs in the AFC. 110% agree.
Before we go on to the next one, what do you think? Give me the top 3 things that the Ravens need to address.
Offensive coordinator.
Okay.
I still think they need more wide receiver talent, and they still got Dobbins. So I would say
The running back is good. Gus Edwards, Dobbins.
They just not healthy.
Yeah. Maybe O-line. I don't know how good their O-line. No, the O-line is good.
O-line's
The O-line's
good. O-line's good enough.
Yeah. So I don't know what the third thing is.
A couple back end. You said back end players like safety.
Yeah, I don't know what the third thing
So
is.
for me, I agree with the OC. I think they need a number one wide receiver, and I think they need a dominant defensive player. So Marlon Humphrey is nice. Calais Campbell old as hell, but I think, and Patrick Queen is nice, but he's not dominant. I just think that they're missing a dominant defender.
Josh Bros asked, is Denver the best available head coaching spot?
See, I don't know. I got to look at the roster, but based on what you guys said earlier and what people are saying, you guys are saying what people are saying about that Shelton, then I would say yeah. But I would also look at who else is open?
Steelers,
the Vikings.
Oh, you said head coach. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm thinking quarterback.
The Vikings.
Vikings, maybe. Like.
Vikings. That's the one I like.
But Vikings are good. You got a running back. You got a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
two receivers.
You got to overpay QB.
I mean, but you got something to work with if you're good enough coach.
True. How do y'all feel about the Dolphins?
I was going to ask you about that.
I think it's a shitty job only because of the organization, not because of the players. Obviously, Tua's not the guy. I think you can win with Tua, but my issue as a head coach going there is, are y'all really interested in winning? Because if that's the truth, you would have kept him.
They're idiots. They're just idiots. You don't do what they did. Yeah, you don't get rid of the youngest, hottest thing out there. You don't. It just doesn't make sense. He was winning games.
Yep. Lost 7, won 7. Who does that?
A lot of people in the chat think Niners gonna win. This run, it feels like it's one of those runs, man, where you have that wild card team just end up going to the Super Bowl.
And like I said, I get it, but I just think it's so hard to beat a team.
Oh, okay. Well, we got a correction on that. I think statistically that's not true, Shelton.
What?
I thought that at one point, but I think statistically, if you lost to a team twice, then you're more likely to lose a third time. I think that's what I read somewhere. Somebody said that, so I have to verify that.
Yeah. Tigolo said, "Where's the best spot for Devontae Adams? Like the LA Chargers?
Shit, wherever the hell Rodgers goes.
Yeah, wherever Rodgers goes is what I was going. That was going to be my answer. And I really would love to see them in Pittsburgh. I think that they would fit the culture there. I think that would just be a good look.
That ain't gonna happen.
I don't think so either.
Nah, they like to get their own guys, and they like loyalty. So they're probably gonna draft the guy and then groom him and then go from there.
We'll see. But
they typically don't bring in free agents like that. Well, big time. Well, they haven't really had to. But,
they hadn't had to, just like head coaching.
But shit, they ain't really ever had quarterbacks since Terry.
And then Ben.
They had some guys in between.
Yeah, Tommy Maddox, Cordell Stewart, you know what I'm saying, between all that. But the best place I think Devontae can go, is anywhere with a quarterback, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Just pick a quarterback and go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just hate it if they split up though, because him and Aaron.
Oh yeah,
that's like
the relationship is crazy.
Yeah, that's like one. They're synced together.
Yep,
they're like one.
Yep,
and you can't do nothing with that.
Yeah.
Let me see what else we got. I'm sorry.
Thanks for all the super chats, guys.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Josh Bro said, "Ken, where do you have Brady rate all-time QBs?"
I saw number one. No, absolutely not. Montana's my number one. I don't answer questions. But
top 5?
He's top 5.
Top 3?
No.
Oh, wow. So who's over him? So obviously Montana's over him. Just give me one more player that's over him. One more QB that's over him.
Peyton Manning.
Oh my gosh. So give me one more.
Because he only asked for one more.
Well, and you said not top 3, so there's 3 ahead of him. Give me the 3.
I have to think about the third one.
I can't put Peyton. As much as I love Peyton, and I like personally Peyton more than Tom. The wins, bro. Like,
hey, for those,
give me Eli.
Oh wow. I thought you were gonna say Archie.
Hey, you gonna make Tom Brady go win 3 more.
Man.
Hey, for those of y'all that's young, you may have not have seen Montana play. I found some full games on YouTube. I was like, God, I'm late to the party. You knew that?
Yeah.
I did not know
They
that.
put full games, bro.
I did not know they had full
Bulls
games.
games.
I don't think he has an interception in the Super Bowl wins.
I was happy because I saw wrestling. I've been watching wrestling like old time.
Yeah, man. YouTube is where it's at.
YouTube is awesome. Thank you, YouTube. Igwe Ike said the Ravens' offensive line is trash. They were the second most sacked team in the NFL. How much of that is Lamar
running around and
shit? Him having to move around
Brent Hundley,
and then receivers can't get open.
Yep.
It was a lot, but they still may be trash. I'm not disputing that.
Well, here's the thing. When you run so much like the Ravens do, and you have your yards per carry, and I know Lamar has a lot to do with that, but even the running backs, O-line can't be that trash. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I didn't say that they were the best.
Yeah,
they better than the Bengals. I know.
Yeah, and they got a tough job because you don't never know where he at.
Nah,
you don't know what's going on behind you.
Yep, you don't know if you're gonna be an illegal man downfield, or you know what I'm saying. Like you're not doing your job.
So you just kind of out there on the island. Hey, let me ask y'all something. I thought about this one day. If you're a parent of an offensive lineman, are you watching the line or are you watching the game?
The line.
Probably both.
I was like, that'd be I would hate that because I'm like sitting there watching the offensive line. Like, good block, son. I mean, I take it though. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
Yeah. All right.
Josh, we got a couple more. Josh Bros said the Dolphins don't get enough crap for how bad they've been as a franchise for a long time now. No offense, Feefo.
Nah, I've been on them. I've been on them. So you know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's tough being a Dolphin fan.
How is Brady not number one? Because he cheated.
Simple as that, huh?
Yep. And I don't know if y'all saw, some cheaters didn't make it into the Hall of Fame today. So, hey, check out the 365.
Check it out. It's up.
Hey, it's 186 people still in here. We appreciate y'all being here. Could y'all please hit the like button so we can get 186 likes, please? And if you have not subscribed or become a member yet, please make sure you do. We need all the help we can get.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I hear you, bro.
That's it.
All right. But y'all know me so well. Anyway, thank you guys for showing up, man. It was a great show. I couldn't wait. We had a lot of things to talk about, especially with all those crazy games. That Kansas City Bills game probably took the cake. And I'm sure next week we'll hopefully be the same, man. We got two matchups, and we'll see what this thing looking like, and what the Super Bowl looking like. So, Thursday, we'll see. I don't know what the topic will be, but we want to do. I definitely want to do something basketball.
Yeah, we got split up.
So
much as I love football, we got to talk some basketball.
Yeah. So it'll be a basketball topic Thursday, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. So Anthony Davis came back. They got to win.
They're going to go on a run too.
So we'll see.
They need to.
But yeah, I'm sure something to come up this week. So by Wednesday, and you guys can recommend topics. Drop a couple of comments of what you guys want to talk about in the video, and I'll see it, or you can send it to me on Twitter or whatever. But until then, we out. Peace.
Shit, the Hornets lost, but both night had 18 tonight.
Oh, so he's starting to get some tick?
Well, Gordon Hayward is